Can you give me an example?
Well, for example, they were taxing the shit out of us when we'd import stuff into their country.
I asked you to give me an example because I just quantified that Trump made this problem, let's see, not just double, 2.5x worse, because we were much better under the 8% than we now are under the 30%. You want Americans to pay more tariffs from China. So I'm going to... Well, that's literally what the trade deal. So let's just break this down in basic mathematics, right? What numbers
paying more tariffs?
No, we're paying more tariffs. What number's bigger, 8 or 30?
Could I read you the I saw today?
Hey Charles, I would love that you would stop disrespecting me on my panel because I'm trying
to ask you a question.
Well, no, because you haven't even answered
I have a source that I want to give to you.
Okay, after you answer my question, I will be glad to let you read your source because I've got the quantitative breakdown here myself. And okay, so I'm going to say this slowly, right? What number is bigger, 8 or 30?
30. I just don't think your source is correct.
Okay, so you're telling me that the trade deal that Trump signed isn't correct?
No, I'm going to give you my source right now. Could I find it quickly?
Oh, yeah, you can go ahead and find it because I got the one that Trump signed. But if it's a new source, let's just look at the same deal because this is honestly kind of pathetic at this point. But go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Give me a minute.
Yeah, if it's a new source, I'm rejecting it because I'm looking at the actual.
Well, and while he's finding his weird source, and I can repeat this again, but even if we consider the UK trade deal, which was ridiculous, that's just basically lowering the import rates on Rolls Royces. But even if we consider the UK and China trade talks, the average tariff rate in the US is 17.8%, the highest since 1934, since the Great Depression. These Trump taxes will cost the average family around $2,800 per year. I mean, that's the average tariff rate after the UK and China deals, which are not permanent, factored in. These are still the highest tax rates, and tax rates not approved by Congress. Again, we are being taxed without representation. So it doesn't matter how you do the math. It's still worse than any tax since the Smoot-Hawley tariffs that drove us into the great.
Are you ready for the WhiteHouse.gov source?
Sure. WhiteHouse.gov.
China is going from 34% tariffs on us to 10.
What was the amount they were charging us before?
34%.
Listen, you don't hold on. You are very confused. Those are not taxes that we pay. You have it the opposite. You're talking about the numbers of what they pay on U.S. products going into China. We are still paying 30%. And while you were gone, it's nice to see you again, Charles. I just quoted the average tariff rate in the U.S. since factoring in the UK and China deals. And I'm talking about now, remember, you read the numbers for the goods going into China. We don't pay taxes on goods going to China. We pay taxes on goods coming here, which is 30%. But the average tariff rate, when you factor in the UK deal and the China deal, this is from the Yale Budget Lab. The average tariff rate in the U.S. is 17.8%, still the highest since 1934. And it will right now, and this is on the low end, will cost the average family $2,800 a year.
Well, actually,
and I can send you this graph.
Thanks.
I didn't read the whole thing. That's my fault. They actually both went from 34% to 10%.
So they didn't. I'm looking at
coming into America is 30%. You can't read. But that was a nice try.
Yeah. Also,
I thought, the WhiteHouse.gov.
I'm looking at the same exact one that you're looking at, and yes, I do agree with Felice. You cannot read. So now let's actually just go ahead and see the part that I can't tell if you just intentionally skipped over this because you're being dishonest because it's directly above. But yeah, so first, let's go ahead and level set here. Come back, Charles. Guys, start tapping the screen, guys. What are we doing?
I hear you.
Can you tell me what a tariff is first before we get started? Because
it's a tax on important goods into a country.
Okay, good. So I don't know why you would talk about the ones that China is paying on their way in because we don't pay those.
Because they both lowered it.
So you just made another concession. You also just conceded here that China is now paying less taxes from us going in.
Yes,
So
but
not
we're also paying less.
So with that
So it's
being
fair.
so how is it fair when we're
not
still
fair.
when we're still
I
at
don't
a
know what you're
high,
talking about.
yeah? Do you remember when I told you about the 8% number? Do you remember when I told you that? So I'd be much more comfortable paying a measly 8% than over this 30% that I don't think Americans need to be paying.
If we're both paying our fair share, I think it's a fair deal.
Can you
China was
define?
paying way
You
less
don't listen. You don't understand how trade deals work,
Oh,
so
boy.
you don't understand that this has nothing to do with that. Actually, and I sent you. Sorry, that dinging is me. I sent you a graph, Chris, to see how we were at 10% imports originally and ended up at 30. It's not a fair share. It will still send us
What are we
into a
down
recession.
to now?
30.
30.
Did you not hear what she said? Oh my!
No, we're not at
It's-
30 anymore.
Yes, we are.
Charles, I don't know why you can't read numbers, and this isn't even math. This is
That's
you
the
can't
website.
read numbers. Charles, well, you can put up the graph I just sent you from the New York Times. Chris.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I got you.
the
New York
actual
Times.
journey.
I checked the
No,
government website.
Charles.
Okay, hey, Charles.
We are imports goods coming from China that get off ships that we buy in the U.S. market have a 30% tariff. I don't
What?
know.
Did I just read that? Chris, you're a Republican?
Dude, can you just focus on the conversation, dude?
Are you Republican?
Charles,
Charles, you're painfully not right.
Charles, the fact, yeah. So here's the thing: I do policy over party, right? Same thing. Like I'm a Christian, but I'm not like a Christian nationalist like you guys, because you guys take my money, send it to Israel for G-side, and try and rob small businesses,
So
right?
you're a turncoat.
Okay, cool, sure, right? I'm called what's looking out for the interest of the American
I don't
people.
like a traitor. So.
Okay, cool. Can you tell me? Okay, cool. Can you tell me which one of the founding fathers was a
You
Democrat?
can't even do math. What
Right.
do you mean a traitor? You
So-
you have no idea what's going on.
I'm guessing the founding fathers were. I'm so Charles. I guess the founding fathers were traitors because none of them were Republicans then. Fair.
It's a different party back
And
then.
hey, okay, cool. So now that we've established that you can't do math, we're just going to. I'm going to go ahead and put that. And also, hey, Charles, you're doing what's called a non sequitur, right? So this is what happens, right? Conservatism is not good for your wages, not good for your rights, and now you have this dude over here can't answer the question, so he's going to non sequiturs. All right, let me go ahead and put this on the screen real quick. Guys, please tap that screen. We should be at a lot more than 10K. We're getting this party started right now.
I didn't realize I was on mute. Tap the screen. Let's get to 50K as fast as possible for Chris.
How you doing, Felicia?
I'm still alive, so I'm doing good. I
Nice
think
to
that's
see
a
you.
win in this economy. It's a pleasure to see you too, Charles.
All right, here we go. There it is.
It's the journey. See how we ended up on May 12th? That's the deal. 30% on goods coming into the U.S.
So let me get this straight. I don't know how the hell this is a W because we were a lot better off before the trade war. What the hell? Freaking Americans are getting.
It's much worse, and this will still drive us into a recession.
you have
And
money in
again,
the stock
the
market?
average yes, I do, Charles. The average
booming today.
tariff rate. No, but that's market manipulation that you don't understand.
Right.
After the UK and the China deal, that's worthless and still will drive us into a recession. The average tariff rate in the U.S. is 17.8%. That is still the largest tax, especially without representation, since 1934, since the Great Depression. Second only to the Smoot-Hawley tariffs, which drove us into the Great Recession.
Do you think we're in a depression?
No, Charles.
Listen, you don't understand how economics works, so I'll explain to you. It's not a light switch that flips. We are being driven into a recession, right? When you listen to prospectus on probable recession, right? The probability has been rising.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
like today,
it's not a light switch will flip, Charles. That like yesterday there wasn't a recession and today there is a recession.
Well, I know
That's
that.
not
I
how
have
it
money in
works.
the market. I know it goes up and down. I know that.
It does
But,
okay. The statement you just made has nothing to do with talking about a recession.
Right, actually,
Well, you
So
said
those
what-
two
you said
things
we're
are
going
not
into a recession,
related.
I thought.
You having money in the market and making some random statements the markets go up and down has nothing to do with the probability of a recession. So,
That's
Well, you
what-
said we're in a recession. I'm curious why
I
we're
did
in a
not
She-
say we were in a
Charles.
recession. You don't know what the word probability
You said we're
means.
trending towards
Charles,
recession.
you don't know what
Charles.
probability means. No one said we were in a recession. I said
So-
the probability of a recession, if you listen to the prospectus from JP Morgan, from Goldman Sachs, has increased exponentially. The JP Morgan prospectus is, I believe, at 60%. It was at 30%, right, a month ago. And when Trump entered office, we had a bull market, and the opposite was the prospectus was the economy was going to expand, not contract. All of this Trump has done for no reason. There's no pandemic. There's no crisis. It's just because he wants to manipulate the markets.
Well, no, I think that he wanted other countries to pay their fair share.
Okay.
Well,
Like
that you don't understand trade. There's no
Char-
such thing. That's
Char-
not true.
Of
course I
That's
do.
not
Other
true.
countries
You
don't
know,
pay their-
Charles.
it's common
Charles.
sense.
Charles. Let me just help you. When he told you that these were reciprocal tariffs, we put tariffs on islands where just penguins live. There's no fair share. The UK, I bet you didn't know this. We had a trade surplus with them, and they're now paying 10% tariffs for no reason. But you don't know that, Charles. These are not reciprocal tariffs. It's not about fair share. Every time you say that, that's how I know you don't understand economics. Because you
So-
keep saying something that you hear Donald Trump saying, who does not understand trade deficits. There's no fair share. That's not true.
Trump doesn't understand trade deficits.
Yes,
Absolutely not.
He's a
because
billionaire.
what does that have? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm going to step in. That's actually going to be easy. Cool. So he bankrupted 6 businesses, but he had a trust come back, Charles, because it's going to be painful to hear, right? But I got you. So I'm going to finish what I'm saying, right?
Go ahead.
So it's cool how you guys talk about handouts and things, but Trump and all six of his bankruptcies.
I know what you're gonna say.
Hey, Charles. Okay, stop cutting me off, dude.
He's
Okay.
in cognitive dissonance. He can't hear the truth about Trump not being
I
good
know,
at business.
right?
It kills him.
So I'm going to continue saying the truth because this is even documented in the SEC. Charles, I know this is about to hurt, right? Just relax. So he had a trust from Fred and Mary Trump, which is just a fancy name for saying that he had rich parents. He's been able to dip into that trust to literally bankrupt him, to get himself his bankruptcies. To include, I'm actually going to quote you the most famous example. When he literally tanked one of the most profitable business models, that was casinos, right? And the real estate, he actually grabbed $15.5 million to go bail himself out of this. From, I mean, you can laugh, but this is documented on the Security Exchange. I mean, yeah, you can. So no, not yet, right? Because so with that being said, right, if I had a rich parent's trust, right, I would have done the same thing. Also, with that being said, somebody like Jeff Bezos, as much as I absolutely think the dude's disgusting, he raised $300,000 like doing odd jobs and built Amazon. That's what a successful business owner would potentially look like. So now, can you please respond to Trump using mommy and daddy's money to bail him out of his 6 bankruptcies,
Yes,
please?
I would love to. So first and foremost, he was given $1 million from his father.
You made my point again.
It was
Thank you.
300
Thank you.
million. It was 300 million.
Yes.
It was not 300 million.
I'm going to give you a source. I'm going to give you a
Yes, it
source for
was.
that.
Charles, you don't know anything about the guy you worship.
$1 million. Trump said it himself.
You have no idea what you are talking
Trump
about.
said it himself.
Oh, he
Okay,
did? He's a pathological liar.
Okay,
Are you
so
his son?
I'm going to go ahead and just give a source for this, right? All right,
How do
here
they
we
know
go.
better than
So his
Charles,
dad.
Charles, you're about to learn that you were wrong. Just be quiet.
Yeah. So I'm literally going to give you a quote from his dad, actually, right? So his dad was the one that gave him the money, right?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So not only that, the grand total with the trust, actually, he actually ended up getting a little bit more than that. It was 430.
He did get more than 300 million.
It was actually when you go through the other assets put together, according to Fred, it's actually $413 million. So let's go. Why is it?
Wait, no, hold on, Charles. He got $414 million. He's a Nepo baby and has lost billions of dollars. So I
How
don't
much
care
are
what
you worth and how much is he worth?
Charles, listen, you are a temporarily embarrassed millionaire that believes, I guess, money that you inherited makes you intelligent. It does
He
not.
inherited billions of dollars?
Oh,
Okay.
wait. So now you admit that he inherited hundreds of millions of dollars. A second ago,
he
Charles,
didn't. He's a billionaire
he
himself.
inherited 414 million, but over
Yeah,
300 million from daddy. So stop.
Yeah. So can I go in and read what for? Like, why is it when I'm about to read evidence that refutes you, you start panicking, bro? Like, I don't want
He's
to.
wrong.
trying to
Charles has
respond.
been wrong about every single thing
Okay,
he said.
according to Fred Trump, right? According to his interview, Charles, don't. When I mute you, right, it's because you're cutting off a woman, and
All right,
it's like,
go ahead.
okay, so. If you unmute while I'm reading this, I'm just going to start from the top,
Let
right?
him
I'm
unmute.
gonna,
It's fine. Who cares?
yeah, but
if he unmutes?
when he's when I'm in the middle of reading evidence, this
Just he
dude's insufferable.
doesn't have to stay on mute. Just it's fine.
Okay, here we go. So, according to Fred Trump, he says, I transferred ownership of most of my real estate empire to my 4 living children. The values at the time of the properties were $41.4 million. Now, let's keep going, right, to where everything else added up at. So, total president's fathers and mother, right, Fred and Mary, transferred $1 billion to their children when they reported to Times Magazine, and that should have produced a tax bill of at least $550 million based on
Tax
a 55.
evasion.
Yeah, that's the second part I was about to get to. Based on a 55% tax on gifts and inheritance at the time, which they didn't pay that, by the way. Instead, the children were paid, let's keep adding this up together, right? 52.2 million, or about 5% each, right? So they all got 52 million plus the 41 million. Let's keep going, right? And Robert Trump tried to say all appropriate gift and estate tax returns were filed, but according to the SEC, they actually never found those, right? Yeah, so he's stunting like his daddy, right? Also, he was earning $200,000 a year, and in today's dollars by the age of 3 because of Fred Trump royalties. So hold on, I'm adding up the bill, man. Relax. Fred speaking here. Let the father of your president keep throwing you under the bus. Now, okay. Well, I'm sorry that him being a trust fund baby, you find that disrespectful. Whatever. All right. So by the time Trump had graduated college, so we got the 41.2. We got the fact because of royalties, he was making $200,000 a year before the age of 3. We got the 52.5 million from the real estate, which is an asset, right? So by the time Trump had graduated from college, he was getting the equivalent of $1 million a year from his father. So we're going to keep adding that over to the grand total, and then equity in many companies. And, okay, so yeah, there we go. So
may I respond now, Christopher?
Yep, that's way more than $1 million. Go ahead.
So I'd just like to address, he's bankrupted, what? You said six
Hold on. Can you address what I said first? Because you said...
Well, you
He
said a
never
lot.
addresses.
Sorry,
He doesn't need to address it. Charles, you were wrong. And what scares me for you, Charles, is every time you're wrong about something, you say Trump said. And if I could give you, well, let me just say something. If I can give you any advice, don't listen to what Trump says. It's not true. Every time you say Trump said, that's it's easy. It always turns out to be a lie. And, and a thinking person would say, it's super weird that every time I say Trump said and I say something, someone looks it up and it's not true.
Well, I'm just curious. So he's bankrupted 6 companies. Sure, I'll take
no
that.
one's talking. Okay.
Hey, Charles. No, I need to hear a concession or provide a source because you said $1 million.
He gets it.
I'm trying to respond.
Charles. Wait, hold on. This is where the disconnect is, Charles.
I'm trying to be respectful.
Charles, hold on. Let me just explain to you. This is why Chris is upset. Starting a new conversation or a new topic is not a response to what you need to say is, I concede, I was wrong, Donald Trump lied to me, and then you can start a new topic. Your response, changing the subject so you don't feel stupid, is not a response to this line of logic.
So, can you respect my space? The claim is, before you run to something else, you said he inherited $1 million. I went to Fred and the Security Exchange Commission, and I tallied up about $414 million of either cash or fucking assets, and the fact that he was making $200,000 a year as a baby. So, Charles,
as a baby
is crazy. Yeah.
Fuck's sake, I wish I was that kid.
No, Charles, what you meant was I was incorrect. Donald Trump, my Lord and Savior, lied to me. I should probably stop listening to him.
So,
Let's disrespect. He's not my
so
lawyer.
Charles, so I feel like I've been reasonable here, but if you don't address my
I'm trying to respond.
okay, hey Charles, the host is talking, right? Because every time you say you're going to respond, you bring up the bankruptcies, which we're not
You're
arguing.
not letting me respond. I'm trying
Charles,
to get
Charles. So
Is
I'm gonna just
desperately trying to pivot, Chris. Just
yeah,
let
no.
him
So,
pivot.
hey, Charles. So, if I hear so if I hear bankruptcies one more time, I'm dropping you. So that's a warning.
I
So
didn't
go ahead.
say bankruptcies. You said he's worth 400.
Charles, can you just say I was wrong?
Yes or no?
Just
I
say
never-
I was
no,
wrong,
no.
Charles. No, Charles, we said that's how much he inherited in cash
Right.
assets from a trust.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm-
Never, and the best
that's
part
what
is
I'm
never
trying to
paid
respond
taxes
to.
on it.
Okay.
Okay, well, go ahead and say I was incorrect. 414 million is more than 1 million. That's the only.
I believe you both are incorrect.
Okay, then give me a source that says his dad and the Security Exchange
Yeah,
Commission both
Trump
say
himself.
otherwise. So Trump himself. All right, man. Can you tell me what the shape of Italy is?
Your mother's pussy.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, wait. And I just want to say something. And Charles, I hope you're still listening because this is for you. I do want to just play this to understand like why Trump is wrong about trade deficits. I do think this will be interesting and useful.
Go ahead. I'm about to grab my charger.
Yeah, you go to you. And I just want to explain how international trade works. And this is I was actually looking for this so I could find something that even like MAGA, whose brains aren't working so good, could understand. And this is the most simple explanation I can get of country to country international trade and why tariffs are bad. Even you, Charles, you got this. I know you can do it. This will make sense to you.
Okay, so that's the wrong framing. And I just want to ban, to all of your viewers and listeners, I want them to ban any conversation about who won and who lost out. Here's why. The pie is not fixed, right? When you got a fixed pie, if I win, you lose. So figuring out who wins and loses is super important. That's not what trade's about. It's a total intellectual mistake. And I want your listeners, anytime they hear a journalist who frames things that way, to get in the comments section and tell them to take Economics 101 and yell at them and call them economically incoherent and illiterate.
Do you hear
It's
that,
a very
Charles?
human
That's you.
impulse, but it's a mistake. Let me go back and explain why. What is international trade? International trade is basically deciding how we reallocate tasks. So let me walk back from international trade and tell you how my family works. I have a partner, Betsy, and we share a household. We have a bunch of household tasks. And it turns out that she's better at some of them and I'm better at others. So what we do in our household is I do IT, I kind of like computers, and she does our taxes. She thinks tax is fascinating. She's a tax economist. As a result, I can promise you our taxes are a lot better and a lot more efficiently done. And honestly, Betsy's not very good at turning the Wi-Fi off and on. And so as a result, our Wi-Fi works more often. So what we've done there is we've taken our household's tasks and we've reallocated them to the person who can do them better. All right, let's add one more twist to this. Justin's from Australia. Betsy's from America. So what we're actually doing is international trade. And the fact that we're from different countries doesn't change the fact that reallocating tasks makes us both better off. And if there were a tariff, a tax that said every time Betsy did my taxes, I had to pay extra, I might choose not to. And if there were a tariff on me helping her with the Wi-Fi, she might choose not to pay it. And then we'd each be doing everything separately ourselves, including the stuff we're bad at, and my family would be worse off. So tariffs prevent people reallocating tasks in ways that make them both better off.
And there you go, Charles. And I know I looked for hours yesterday to find the most simple video that could make even MAGA, besides being taxed without representation, understand how absolutely useless tariffs are. That's a economist, also a professor at the University of Michigan. He's a contributor on CNN. His name is Justin Wolfers, Justin, Wolfers, Wolfers. Yeah. I mean, it is absolutely asinine to say we're winning. It's just a sign that you're an idiot and you never took Economics 101. You have no idea what you're talking about. If Trump said you're winning, that's a sign that Trump doesn't know what he's talking about or how trade works. It's an allocation of tasks, especially after conservatives, i.e. Republicans, wanted to engage in globalization. That was the point.
Ooh, that was painful. I tried to walk him through it. Tried to not lose my cool there.
Oh, he's hopeless.
Oh man, just so dang man.
Why do you think Trump inherited $1 million? Trump said. Oh, cool.
Meanwhile, his dads even gave him the breakdown. Like, oh, I gave all 4 of my children 52.
And they owe hundreds of millions to the IRS still to this day. When those assets were passed off, when Fred Trump died, they paid zero taxes. Trump also has a huge tax case that's used like in tax law at universities as basis shifting, and owes, like, it's estimated over 100 million that has to do with the Trump Chicago Tower disaster. He used basis shifting to avoid $100 million tax bill. You have no idea what you're talking about, Charles. You don't understand economics, and you are listening to a grifter and a liar.
Guys.
Trump won, keep crying. Well, come up here and you can tell us about it. Trump won. If by won you mean he's stealing from you while you defend him idiotically in the comments, then yes, I agree with that. You lost. I do agree that Trump is winning right now. You are losing.
Guys, do me a favor. Let's get more ops in here, guys. Please tap that screen. Unlike the ad valorem tariffs we got ripped off on by a whopping 20%, there's 0 tariffs on the tap. So, like, you guys can also share the live as well, guys. Yeah, we're just on lo-fi time right now because we're gonna have some low vibration arguments happening tonight.
Yes, let's tap the screen and share the live with 5 people. Your favorite or least favorite Republicans, whatever the case may be.
Also, guys, these are my handles right here. This is Felice's Venmo and Cash App right here.
Oh, and I put it right here too.
Just in case someone's looking.
Well, no, it disappears when we get a guess. So
yeah. Also, guys, I'm also dual streaming on YouTube and Twitch. Come hang out with your boy, even though the comment section there gets a little bit wild, but it's all right though.
Amen. And then again, I just want to be clear: when we factor in the UK tariff deal and the China deal for the 90-day fake deal that was just market manipulation. Like, Charles, use your brain. Do you understand what market manipulation is? Drive the markets down so a bunch of people who have capital, not you, Charles, can buy low, then the markets go up. Like, you clearly, anyways. With both those trade deals factored in, the average tariff rate in the U.S. is 17.8%. That is still the highest rate since 1934.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Everybody is losing. We're all losing together while Charles and weird Trump supporters scream they're winning. Just because if you can't do math and you're delusional, it doesn't mean you're not being robbed. You're still being robbed. You're just confused while being robbed.
Yeah, that's what the terrible part is. That's like trickle-down economics.
You're still being robbed, even though you're dead set on, like, Trump loves me, he's going to take care of me. Still being robbed.
Yeah, be like, but it's the immigrants.
But he said the brown people had my money. They don't have it. You're still being robbed for Trump, no matter how many American flags, no matter how many times you write in the comment section that you love Trump, still robbing you. Surprise. And what's that guy's name? Reppin 47. Reppin 47. Why don't you come up here? Like,
because he's scared of a strong woman. That's why. And
just come up here and we can inform you of how you're being robbed. We're going to use math. Yeah. It's going to be great for you.
And you know what's crazy about the whole immigration thing? Y'all not saying a damn thing about these Afrikaners. Like, I guess when it comes to white Dutch people, I guess that's going to be taking your guys' tech jobs, by the way.
The South African government said are white nationalists and violent. They would not, they do not recommend that we let any of these people into our country. They are unvetted and not safe. This is from the South African government. Oh, but here's the best part. They make 12x the salary of any black person in South Africa. So I'm certainly glad that we're letting the richest, highest earners who are not in danger in any way. And the South African government says are dangerous people that shouldn't be let into our country unvetted here. Oh, and our tax dollars paid for that transatlantic flight too.
So Reppin has his stuff on private. Cool. You can request that when you're ready. Yeah, and like also, isn't South Africa like the murder capital of the world?
And they just got over apartheid. I mean, they've been doing slavery this whole time.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
And then the slavers just got amnesty and asylum in our country, even though they make 12x the average salary of any black person in South Africa. We're flying these violent white nationalists, according to the South African government, over here, unvetted. Remember, let me help you, MAGA. You said unvetted people. The only person I know who's releasing unvetted criminals into this country that I can prove it so far is Donald Trump. That's it. The only people I can prove who have committed violence, who have been released from prison and released into the interior of this country is Donald Trump.
Yeah, and he got Andrew Tate back in the U.S., which is crazy, by the way.
Aiding Repid so hard for 47. Once we start doing math, it's really going to hurt.
Tap the screen, guys. We need some ops in here. We're just having, guys, I think there's too much light skin firepower on the panel, guys. It's all right. They'd feel the same way if Steph Curry and Kamala Harris and Colin Powell and Alif Washington were here as well.
Yeah, I'm just super annoyed with people. It's time to start learning math, MAGA. We're going to force you one way. That's what it's time it is. It's math time. It's figuring out who's actually robbing you time. I'm not drowning with you.
Guys, just get to 50K, guys. They're probably getting off of their corn liquor binge. Hopefully they'll come over here at some point.
Corn liquor binge.
Yeah, with rolling around in the mud with each other's cousins in Mobile, Alabama.
I know,
hey, look, I'm
just wrap it up.
Just, yeah, guys, wrap it up faster.
That's kind of a double entendre. You guys don't know. That's a French word. You can look it up if you can spell it.
And then when they don't wrap it up, they're gonna tell us
I didn't
no.
mean that.
Oh no, wait, it actually plays into something political.
I know it does.
So when they don't wrap it up, they're gonna tell other people don't take handouts. But red states have been taking the most government assistance since the year 2000.
Say goodbye to that Medicaid expansion, so that kid is not going to be on Medicaid.
Yeah.
I've just done some statistical analysis on Medicaid expansion. It's so depressing. Why is nobody requesting to talk to us?
I know it got pretty crazy on Sunday. I got lots.
Well, no, that's what you do if you don't want anyone to talk to you. You just mention math, and then Mag is like, "Oh God, am I going to be called upon to do basic math? I'm out. I can't.
Yeah,
do that.
I'm out of there."
Yeah, like there's no possible way I could do math. I just want to also, this is the same economist who's a professor at the University of Michigan talking about the fake, absolutely pointless UK tariff deal. I do think this is interesting too.
Yeah, the UK ones can be bad for farmers.
Let me characterize the whole deal for you. It's 10%. I want you to write that in big font on a big piece of paper, 10%, and there's a little asterisk next to it. The 10% matters because it basically said Trump walked in and he said, I am imposing a 10% tariff on Americans who buy goods from Britain no matter what. And then he said there's an asterisk up here which says, now let's start making a deal. And the making a deal was a promise to have further chats about further conversations, which actually gets very close to nothing done. It was basically collusion between the British Prime Minister and the American President to go out and each lie to their respective populations to pretend each had gotten something done with the other. The reality is this deal does nothing except actually cement in place.
Yeah, and then here's the one more. Because
Let me
it does do
characterize
one
the whole
thing.
deal for you. It's 10%. I want you to write that in big font on a big...
Oh, wait, that's not the... No, I have this clip about really what it does. It allows Rolls Royces into the U.S. at at the lowest tariff rate possible. That's really what it does. Who in the is buying luxury British cars? Who? If you don't know this, we already had a trade surplus with the UK. We did not have a trade deficit with them. This is just another example of Trump's a liar.
I can tell the dude that was in that video is like, all right, write this down, 10%.
I know.
Oh shit, guys, tap the damn screen, guys. I'm trying to catch these guys out from their freaking I don't even know what their inbreeding session. I'm just gonna name it like that.
To be nicer, it's okay, MAGA. We'll just gently do math with you. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. If you can do math, it'll be fine. But then again, if you could do math, you wouldn't have voted for Trump. That's the kicker. So that's how I know you can't do math.
Homeboy said, "Running for office, you're grifting." While he has a picture of a sink as his as his profile picture. Oh shit!
Wait, who said? Wait,
No, it was Jr. I tried to invite him up, but he has his shit on private.
Oh, Jr. Too bad.
Yeah, guys,
So brave in the comments.
with your invitations turned off. Yeah.
Yes, gentle mathing. That's what we'll do.
Guys, go ahead and tap the screen, guys. And guys, also make sure you guys, if you're in Texas, you re-up on your electrolytes.
Even when I mathematically show people they're being robbed, they're like, yeah, and I love being bent over by Donald Trump.
Here
Super
we go.
weird.
Okay, we got Reppin' 47 finally up here.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Oh, shiver me timbers. Reppin', how old are you for TikTok terms and services?
37.
Okay, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what do you want to talk about?
Why don't you guys just go ahead and make a sign and stand on the side of the freeway? Why don't you?
Well, I mean, why would
Real
I?
fucking job.
So, hey, Reppin'.
Hating on Donald Trump
So, okay.
because he's nothing but progress.
All right, cool. So can you tell me, let's use the China and UK trade deal. Can you tell me how we benefited from that? Because we got the receiving end of that ass whooping from China. Can you tell me? Can you give us the numbers on that?
Okay, answer this question. Why would China even bother talking to
Hey,
us?
Reppin', because, oh my gosh.
Why would they even bother talking to us?
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and answer your question because you chose to ignore mine. It's fine. We proposed it and backed out of the tariffs first. Now, can you answer my question? Because clearly you guys are raving about this trade deal. Cool.
They didn't contact us. We begged to talk to them. They wouldn't talk to us. Then we tracked them down in Geneva, Switzerland, a place they already were scheduled to be.
Them? Oh yeah, we're just
And
stalking
begged
Yes.
for them to
Yes.
talk to us. Yes.
Texas
Yes.
A&M.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes. So
What
so
about you
Reppin'.
guys? Wait, hold on. What did you say?
Doesn't
What did
No,
I
he's just talking about Texas A&M. It's fine.
Oh, I didn't hear what he said.
So he's panicking now because on your literal secretary, Carolyn Levitt, actually said the same thing. On whitehouse.gov, the literal name of the document is called Joint Deal Between U.S. and China. U.S. envoy travels to travels to Geneva.
To Geneva, Switzerland. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Where
literally.
we went and tracked China down.
Yeah, so.
pull it up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna help a bum with a crumb. Let's go, pull it up.
Oh, okay.
Or you could just learn to read and find your own information.
right, so,
on the
all right.
internet. If you don't
So
understand,
apparently
Scott
Donald Trump is
Scott
stalking
Bessent
Trump.
flew to no, not even Trump. Scott Bessent
Yeah.
flew to Geneva
Okay,
to talk
that's your
to
claim.
China and
I'm
crawl
gonna read the
on his
source.
knees.
Pull it
Let
up.
me help you. If
Yeah,
they
so-
wanted to talk to us, that China could show up in America, just
Yeah.
like all the other people that came to the White House to meet Trump, but they didn't.
So I'm going to go ahead and.
Bessent crawled on his knees to Geneva, Switzerland, to speak to them.
Yeah, so one, we're going to find out why I've done it. So whitehouse.gov, and like I said, this is like the easiest debunk ever, but okay. Because I'm going to ask you a question after this, right? Joint Statement on U.S.-China Economic Trade Meeting in Geneva. That's the title before we get to the substance. So before we get to the substance, let's stop
That
right...
Geneva, Washington, D.C., or what? which
Yeah,
Geneva?
so can you
Is
give
it-
me a... It's clearly you voted for Trump. Can you tell me why this was conducted in Geneva?
Why was it conducted?
Yeah, why was...
My guess is he doesn't know since he didn't even know it happened. He didn't even know it happened in
begging.
Geneva. So my
That's
guess
why we
is
still
no,
kept
he
a
doesn't know
30%
what was
tariff.
going on in Geneva.
We kept a 30%
so-
tariff on them.
Hey, so,
We
Reppin',
got what we wanted. when we
Okay,
wanted.
hey, Che, so now you decide to answer my first question after ignoring. So we're going to get to that in just a second, right? So tell me why it was done in Geneva, or else, because you do this every time.
You
run
tell me
for...
why. You tell
No,
me why.
well, I know why. You're the one that voted for Trump. I know why. So tell me why it was there.
That's how trade agreements work. They always meet up anywhere. It doesn't matter where they meet.
Oh,
Or-
weirdo! Something was
oh.
going. Wrong answer again, weirdo. This is how I know that you can't read. See, this is what I'm saying.
Weirdo, stop fucking twirling your hair, begging for money. bitch.
Hey, I'm sorry
Hey,
that
hey,
I can
hey,
tell
hey,
you're
hey.
very attracted to me, and that's
Right.
super weird.
Hey,
but
don't talk
stop
about your
looking
mom
at
like
my
that.
hair. But anyway,
He just called you the B word, yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Oh,
Yeah,
insecurity
yeah.
at its
Don't
finest.
talk about your mom
I
like
just
that.
want to be clear. Something very important was going on in Geneva. That's why China was there. You could have just Googled
Bro,
it and figured
don't
it out
unfuck
so that you
yourself
didn't,
chasing around
so
Charlie
that you
Kirk.
did not embarrass yourself.
He's crashing out.
Still, you're up here embarrassing
Nobody's
yourself.
crashing out. You guys
He's
You
are
crashing
have
out.
no idea what's going on. Donald Trump
You guys
is
are a
robbing you
embarrassing shit
and
show.
grifting off of you, and you're sitting here defending him. Yeah,
All right.
let's see. There's 3 people up here. 33.3% of us are embarrassing. I'll let the chat figure out which one of us
So
that is.
I'm gonna read you
You
this.
said
But I'm gonna read you this before I let you go because you're not interested in even having a debate. I'm gonna make you read this because this is how embarrassing your president is. So before the trade war that Donald Trump started, we only had 10% counter tariffs. The trade war is over after shooting up to 145%, which has been the most like since the Great Depression. And now we're down to 30%, which is now China's ripping us off by a whole 20%. Goodbye. All right.
Did he leave or did he run? Calling a woman a bee makes you an insecure weirdo.
Right. Oh, shit.
I do think the best way to describe MAGA is weird. You guys are super weird. Like, if someone broke into my house and did a home invasion, stole everything I had, I would not continue repping them online, you weirdo. Like, someone's stealing everything you have and you're like, repping my home invader. Cool. Any day you figure out how to do math, maybe you'll realize who's robbing you. That's what I'm going to do. Next time someone breaks into my house, I'm going to start wearing T-shirts and be like, repping my home invader.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, how are you going to bring up the trade deal and not even know why it was conducted at the place it was? Like, that's the
Phil
first thing.
doesn't know. Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Oh, I'm
That's
definitely
the
not
next
telling him.
MAGA person.
gonna wait.
Why would they all be just randomly in Geneva? And here's the clue. You have a supercomputer that you're on right now listening to this, so you could just Google it. That's how you know. It's not like China came to sit in the Oval Office. They don't give up. And let me help you with why, because MAGA, I know you have no idea what's going on in the world. JD Couchboy Vance decided to call the people of China peasants.
Brave. Whew. Repping 47's repping that L. Anyway, guys, go on and tap the
He
screen.
called me a B, which is
Right.
super rude. I just called you weird, which if someone robs you and then you're defending them, I do think that's weird. That's a weird thing to do.
Guys, go ahead and tap the screen, guys. Let's go ahead and get these views up.
Trump is a boss. Yeah, do tell.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. Was he boss getting bullied by Claudia Sheinbaum, Canada, China?
Trump's
The-
a boss that's robbing you blind.
Yeah, and he didn't even have the Houthi thing under control, so he had to lie about it.
Well, he also lied about the India-Pakistan ceasefire. They both bombed each other after his alleged ceasefire. Remember No New Wars? Does anyone remember that if I was in office, no one would ever have the guts to attack anyone else? And yet, every single day, there are countries attacking each other, even after the alleged ceasefire. Remember that? If I was president, no one would ever have the guts to do anything ever, except for people are just continuing to attack each other, and no one gives an F about your Lord and Savior, Donald Trump.
Yeah, ain't nobody scared of him. You said, and you guys call
Remember
yourself...
when those 167, oh, thank you, Meg. I love it. When those $267 million jets just fell off an aircraft carrier into the ocean. Waste, fraud, and abuse, though, right?
Hey, what's up?
Good afternoon, good evening. Some
So-
parts of the country might be later.
Yeah, so you said that you're calling, so you're questioning if we're patriots or not. Let's go ahead and have this conversation.
Well, just in my defense, I'm not too political, so I may be sounding dumb to many people.
Oh no, that's fine though. I'm just trying to like what basis? Because I served my country for 6 years, while the person you voted for ran from the draft 5 times, right? While he over here says that the Arlington National Cemetery, full of my brothers and my sisters that came before me, are suckers and losers. Said John McCain wasn't a real veteran because he got captured. Like, what does Trump know about me? So, can you quantify why me and Felice aren't patriots? I'm just curious.
Well, first of all, thank you for your service, sir. Appreciate you. Thanks to you and in the service of military men and women, I'm able to have the freedom that I have coming from Cuba. The reason I said that is because he's the president of the United States. He is trying to make a better life for us people. I think that's being non-patriotic. That's my opinion.
Awesome, Diva. I love this, right? So luckily, me and Trump took the same oath, right, to defend this document that we derive our laws from. Are you familiar with the Constitution of the United States?
Clearly not.
So it says in the last sentence that we can address grievances against the government. So is me criticizing Donald Trump for things that he does that are bad for Americans, that unconstitutional according to the First Amendment?
No, not criticizing him, not supporting him. I'm saying not supporting him and giving him a chance.
Right?
Is that unconstitutional?
The right to dissent, the right to protest, all of this is written into the Constitution. That is
aware.
what. Okay,
Yes,
so
it is.
you are okay. Well, then what you just said is antithetical to what the Constitution said. So who's not in line with the values of America? It sounds like you.
Yeah, and I'm very like surprised, right? As somebody from a country that's been slammed with U.S. sanctions, I'm surprised.
We're all Hispanics up here. Do you know that Trump has deported and disappeared Cubans?
Illegal Cubans, please.
No, legal permanent residents. Wrong. Who had who were here legally, who were here legally on temporary protected status and had court dates for asylum. That's how you got here too. You understand that, right? Legal Cubans who have been disappeared. No, wait, you asked me. No, wait, hold on. I don't actually listen. I quite honestly don't. I don't care about you. I quite honestly don't. I don't care about you. Legal permanent residents, Cubanos disappeared.
I'm an American citizen.
Disappeared. So well, you clearly don't.
You don't even know your Constitution.
Yeah, you don't get it.
Really?
Fuck.
Okay.
So Diva, let's go back to my first point. Let's close out this point first because we're going to get a little bit spicy on the immigration part. Tell me, according to what Supreme Court case or part of the Constitution, me not supporting Trump, tell me how that's unconstitutional without inserting your feelings. Go ahead.
Well, like I said at the beginning of my conversation, sir, I'm not too political.
Okay, cool. Then we can move on to the next one then, because you guys stormed the Capitol when Trump. Notice what I didn't do. Oh, now I'm about to go hit some heartstrings. It's okay. We're going to dive right into it, right? When Trump won, guess what I did? I worked out. I went to work the next day. What happened when Trump lost? You guys stormed the Capitol in the biggest T attack since 9/11, trying to unalive police officers. So miss me with that. Now we can go back to immigration since you're a freaking hypocrite.
No, let me go back to January 6th.
You don't want this. You don't want this work, but go ahead.
Are you going to allow me to speak, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, please. Here's the shovel.
Give her the rope to hang herself.
Yeah, here's the shovel. Start digging.
Okay. Thank you for your opinions. I am not going to hang myself. I'm not going to dig a shovel, or I'm not going to dig a grave. Whatever makes you happy, that's fine. That's your feelings. Did you not see the videos of the people leaving the buses in a lot of buses with masks on and Antifa?
Let me help you. Hold on. I'm not going to let you spread it. Well, let me help you. I'm a historical researcher. On December 13th. Actually, wait, hold on. December 11th, 1 month after Trump was elected president, right? A 81-page report was released. And this is my where's this echo coming from, Chris?
That's coming from Diva. Hey, Diva,
yeah,
swipe
stay
up.
muted.
Yeah, swipe out and swipe back in real quick. Like, leave the app real quick and come back. I think she's trying to. I mean, if you're trying to record yourself getting cooked, that's probably not the best.
Yeah, this will be embarrassing. But
yeah,
anyways,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So there was an actual report, an investigation was done. It took years and years and years. On January 6th, there were no FBI agents, because I know you're talking about the Clay Higgins ghost buses of FBI agents. Yeah, there's an 81-page report that you can use if you can read. I don't know if you can or not, but you too can read it. And I can confirm to you that what was revealed in that report was there were no FBI agents at January 6th. There were some FBI informants, traitors to the Proud Boys and to the Oath Keepers. There were some of those FBI informants there. They were directly instructed to not go into the Capitol, and some of them did anyways. But this was a bipartisan, this is a report that you can look up and read, and you can learn that you are incorrect. You are spreading conspiracy theories, and what you should say is, I feel like this happened.
Right. So, yeah, I can criticize the president, which is constitutional. You guys can storm the Capitol, which is unconstitutional. Nowhere in that first paragraph does it say do violent insurrection or try and go storm the Capitol and unalive police officers. So, you can unmute now, though. I mean, I would love to hear the response.
I was blocked. I couldn't even make a comment.
Because we're up here.
I understand, but first of all, I was not recording you. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah.
No, I don't waste my time, because you're the host and you have every right to do your live.
This is being recorded. It will be on
but
my
I'm
YouTube
not.
and on his YouTube after. No, I'm just saying, if you
Awesome.
want to
I was
clip
being
this
accused,
embarrassing
ma'am.
moment
I
for
was
you and
being
show it to your
accused.
friends, I'm
I
just
was
telling
being
you, if you
accused
want the
of
recording,
recording.
it will be
I don't
posted
care
on
for
both
it.
of our YouTubes
Mamita,
and
I
our
don't
Twitch
care
accounts
for it.
after.
I live day
I
by
just
day. I
thought
don't
you
have to
maybe if you
remember.
wanted the
I don't
recording,
need
it's
to
available.
remember other
Okay,
stuff.
so Diva, can you
sir.
address Felice's claim that debunks your damn buses claim, please? Go ahead.
Can you repeat that?
Can you address...
So what I was saying was, on December 11th, a report was released that since January 6th, since that incident, they have been investigating it. An 80-plus page report was released that states there were, in fact, no FBI agents at the Capitol. There were some FBI informants who are basically traitors to the Oath Keepers and Proud Boys who were informing on them and had flipped on them for the FBI. Those people were directly told, do not go into the Capitol. A few of them did anyways, but there were no FBI agents at the Capitol on January 6th.
Says you. Okay.
Says the report.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
From the FBI?
Yeah. Well, I agree. If you can't read, then this is going to be beyond you.
I
But
just
this
love
report was released
assuming.
and done by auditors.
You keep assuming my character, but
Okay, so Diva.
Whether or not you can read has nothing to do with your character.
Yeah, Diva.
Your
So
opinion on me,
so
that's
Diva,
okay,
Diva,
Mama.
Diva,
Yes, sir.
Diva.
Yes,
Diva.
sir.
So now that we've established that we kind of have double standards here for the First Amendment, right? Can we actually talk about 2025, right? How is Trump? So now that we verify that me criticizing Trump is not unconstitutional. In fact, it was encouraged by the founding fathers to address grievances against the government. Our founding fathers encourage us to do that frequently, right? So with that being said, how is Trump making life better for Americans? Let's actually get into the meat of the potatoes of these things. Go ahead.
I never said it was that you shouldn't do it. I did not say that.
Can you answer my question? Okay, can you answer my question? How is Trump... So it sounds like you don't even know how Trump's making America great, so I don't know why I should keep talking to you. Stop beating around the bush. Can you please tell me how Trump's making America great? Or
Why did you vote for him? Is that an answer to your question? Why'd you vote for him?
I voted for him because I don't like communism, and that's where this country is headed, in communism.
Can you define communism?
Yes. Thank
Go
you
ahead.
for asking me. Thank you for asking me. Communism is when you, as an individual, do not have a voice, do not have a right to vote.
That's
Totally
wrong.
wrong.
That's wrong.
Oh, were you born in Cuba? Did you
I'm going
So
to
you don't.
first of all, Cuba's not a communist country.
It never has been.
Yeah, I'm going to hey diva, I'm going to define what a communist country actually is, right?
No
It
such
is-
thing. Hey, listen, communist country is an oxymoron. There are no countries that are communist,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
to be clear.
yeah.
No, but Diva, don't agree with
Thank
me.
you.
You don't know why.
Goodbye.
She's
You
about
don't
to
know
run-
why.
She just ran. So guys,
Communists don't believe in a state. They don't recognize borders. There's no currency. There's no
Yeah.
state. There's no class. You can if you are inside of a country, you are not in a communist country. Those
That's
two
what-
words are antithetically opposed. They can't exist in the same place.
yeah, so guys, basically like a very short because clearly she don't know what she's doing. But yeah, so it's a stateless, moneyless, classless society. If you have borders, it's game over, right?
Yeah, I've been to a communist society in the Amazon. There's a few left in the world. It has nothing to do, there's no communist countries. That's just a great PR campaign by America to discredit South American countries and other countries they didn't like. Same with how you guys think the word socialist is bad. Socialist means, hey, workers should have some equity and not be slave laborers. That's what socialism is. And for some reason, you guys are all convinced that means, I think the actual fact is what you mean is Cuba is an authoritarian dictatorship.
Yeah.
That's what you lived under. I'm not saying that you didn't live in a bad situation in Cuba, just like Venezuela, what Maduro's doing. That's an authoritarian dictatorship.
Which Trump's actually.
So I just want to be clear. I'm not trying to devalue your suffering. I'm saying you have no understanding of what the word communism is. Communism is 100% voluntarily. It's communal living. The minute it's not communal and voluntary, then it's no longer communism.
Man, she came up here hot too.
No,
She
she's
can't-
crazy. No, but I cannot stand when people are like accusing us of not being patriots, whatever that means, and then being like, "Oh, actually, I don't know anything about politics." But also, I'm going to spew a bunch of lies and conspiracy theories about January 6th, and then when you correct me on those, I'm going to say, "Oh, I don't know anything about politics," and then again, I'm going to say I'm from a communist country that is not, in fact, a communist country because communism does not recognize states.
She thought she was gonna come up here and cook. She forgot to friggin' bring the ingredients with her.
But listen, Cuba's not a great place. You are living in an authoritarian dictatorship. And I'm glad you got it. And you got out and the same people who got citizenship here are now being disappeared in the middle of the night. How you got here, temporary protected status, and then getting citizenship, all of that. Or maybe you were born on U.S. soil. I don't know. Trump's also trying to take birthright citizenship from Hispanics while you're defending him.
Yeah, you'd be one of the first people under his paradigm. You'd be the first one out of there. Guys, let's go and get up to 100K, guys.
Or might be what Trump calls an anchor baby. Maybe
Yeah.
you're going to be out of here soon.
She thought that she was going to come up here. Somebody said Felice's accent came out hard. I'm bad at reading accents. So what accent do people think?
I don't think I have an accent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She didn't run. Maybe I showed up. Guys, that's terrible. I'm not. Guys, easy on that in the comments.
Oh my God.
That is insane.
Yeah. Good luck out there. Good luck out there defending Trump. So many other people have. If you don't know, people have been detained for weeks who voted for Trump for being a little too brown. So good luck to you. Maybe if you scream loud enough you like Trump, that'll stop him. Do you know how many videos I've played of people, of Venezuelans, of Cubans, of Cubanos who voted for Trump, whose husbands are gone, wives are gone, disappeared? Voting for Trump doesn't save you.
Man, I need to start. Man, if there's anybody in the comments, Ricky, do you know who I've been trying to tear apart recently? You Arabs for Trump. I got some questions for y'all. If there's any y'all in here, tell them come over here.
Let's get Chris to 100K. Tap the screen, share the live. I'll be nicer now, I promise. Bring Charles back. I'll be nicer.
Oh no, I actually love you in Super Saiyan form right now. It's great. In fact, I'm the one that had to depower from last live because my mom came in here and told me to calm down. So I'm the one practicing controlled aggression right now. Guys, do go ahead.
Article, no undercover FBI agents
Yes.
at January 6th riot.
They still, they still
December 13th, 2024.
They still say, oh,
The
those guys
report
are
from the Justice Department Inspector General, you know all the people that Trump fired? The real auditors, the Inspector Generals that do the real auditing and investigation. This was the Justice Department Inspector General. Knocks down a fringe conspiracy theory advanced by some Republicans in Congress that the FBI played a role in instigating the events that day when rioters determined to overturn anyways. The review, released nearly 4 years after a dark chapter in history that shook the bedrock of American democracy, was narrow in scope but aimed to shed light on gnawing questions. Yeah, no FBI agents. That's too bad for all you conspiracy. Oh, Boss Dog, what a handsome gentleman you are. Welcome.
So can you tell me what Trump's doing as a commander-in-chief that's so, great? I'm just curious.
Well, he is your commander-in-chief, bottom line.
Well, no, he's not my commander-in-chief because I'm not in the middle. I
agree with
What
that.
is the what is the main objection?
I don't disagree with him. He's the commander-in-chief of
what
the
is the
military.
main
Hey, so Boss Dog, I'm just gonna go.
Commander-in-Chief.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start asking you questions.
I
Then.
don't disagree with
Yeah,
that.
we don't.
He
That's
is.
what the Constitution says. But in regards to me being in the military, he's not my commander-in-chief because I haven't been in for 5 years. If I was in the military right now, he would be. He's the commander-in-chief of the military that I'm not currently in. Cool. So, with that being said, I gave you an opportunity to tell me how he was actually.
Let him say more, Chris. Hold on. Let Boss Dog say something. We agree he's the commander-in-chief of the U.S. military. You've been muted, so you have to unmute.
Okay, so let's start from the top.
Say something. Just let him say something.
I asked him a question. What the? Okay, yeah.
Let him
what do you
say
want to say?
something. Well, what do you? I'm saying, why did you like, or why do you like Trump? Like, what about him? What has he done to improve your existence?
I was holding him to his comment in the comments, though. He said that he was a good commander-in-chief. I'm trying.
He is.
Okay, cool. Can you quantify how?
Because he is actually trying to go
do.
across. Oh, he's trying to bring countries together.
Interesting.
He's trying to protect the borders. He's trying to go do what we have to do to survive as the United States.
So cool. Let's go ahead and break that down then. So he said numerous times that there's going to be no new wars under his administration.
There's not even new wars.
Yeah, there was. India and
There's
Pakistan.
been 5.
Yeah, but first let's go with the biggest one recently because there's 2 nuclear powers. India and Pakistan just got done squaring off with each other. There's a temporary ceasefire. But hold on, I'm not done talking yet, right? Because then you have to give me evidence that they never started teeing off on each other, right? So, did India and Pakistan just not done having a war?
They're
Maybe
not done.
so, but they've been fighting for
Even
centuries.
after Trump announced the ceasefire, they
They've been
bombed
fighting
each
for
other.
centuries, though, man.
Hey, so
Okay,
Boss-
no, hold on.
You know that,
You
and I
said
know
no new wars. The claim was that if Donald Trump was in office, this is what Donald Trump. I'm repeating Donald Trump.
You're talking about
that,
the holy war over there, buddy.
No,
You know that.
No.
Well, we'll get to the holy war. or
There's
whatever
no holy war going on.
Evangelicals call what's happening in the Middle East. That's an evangelical statement,
Right.
But no, let's just stay on India and Pakistan. They attacked each other, right, several times. After that, Donald Trump announced a ceasefire on Sunday, and shortly after Donald Trump announced a ceasefire, they bombed each other again.
Yeah, so people aren't scared of popping things off under the Trump administration. That's abysmal.
And that's one example. There's the Houthis in Israel. There's Israel and Hezbollah. There's Israel and Syria. There's Israel and Palestine and Israel and Iran.
Yeah, so
Did I get them all? And,
Yes.
Oh, and Russia and Ukraine.
that he hasn't
Remember,
done.
wasn't he going to end that on day one?
And you know the most recent news, Russia backed out again as of 2 days ago, another ceasefire deal. When the hell is this war going to be over? Putin, come on, man. We know that he's in bed with you. So now,
Trying.
so clearly
he's
not.
trying.
He's not. So
you're talking about wars that have been going on for centuries. The
Oh,
Middle
no,
Wait.
but when
the
they
Middle
were
East has been
happening under
fighting for
Biden, that's not.
centuries.
No, hold on.
Centuries.
When these same things were happening under Biden, you were singing a different tune. And
Right.
and wait, let me just say something. Boss Dog, you seem like a good guy. I don't want to be angry anymore. Let's just You can see me visibly taking a deep breath and calming down. I just want to make the point that what you're saying now, I would agree with if you had extended that same logic to Biden's presidency, right?
What did Biden do?
No, wait, hold on. Let me
I can actually tell you. Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Starting with Obama, all the same things that Donald Trump has done. Donald Trump has done nothing. He hasn't ended the war with Ukraine and Russia. As a matter of fact, people are dying at a faster rate in the Ukraine-Russia war now.
I don't think that's true.
Okay, boss dogs.
They are. More people are dying now since Trump has been in office. Russia's on an unaliving spree. But anyways, you can look that up on your own. That's not my point.
I'm not going to look it up because that's ludicrous.
I know you're
not.
Well,
boss.
that's the truth.
Hey,
okay. Anyways, wait. Let me just say something.
No, I was going to tell him to stop cutting you off, bro. Like,
just let me make my point. Listen, this is my point. No one talk for 5 seconds and then everyone can scream again. That what you want me to accept right now is truth. This logic of these wars have been going on for hundreds of years. And I would actually be like, yeah, okay, that's cool. But the line of logic you guys established during Obama's presidency, during Joe Biden's presidency, was that if Trump was in office, there would be no wars because Donald Trump is such a fearsome creature and no one would try anything if he was in office. Out of Donald Trump's own mouth, when I am in office, I will end the Ukraine-Russia war on day one. The war has just escalated. So I would say by Donald Trump's own logic, he has failed. By his own promises, he has failed. But then I actually do agree with you, like the logical person in me. I agree with you. Like, I don't actually think the U.S. president has complete control over what other countries are doing with each other. But what I'm saying is because I learned from MAGA how it works, and what you guys taught me was that whoever is in the White House on day one, they are responsible for everything that happens everywhere in the world. If anything goes wrong anywhere in the world, it is the person's fault who's sitting in the White House. That is the standard that you held Joe Biden to. So that will be the logical standard that we will hold Donald Trump to now.
So let's start with Russia and Ukraine, because centuries is a little bit of an erroneous number, right? When did Russia invade Ukraine, right? We're just going to get the timeline straight.
Back to the 16th century, I think.
Yeah, apparently so. So, boss dog, let's actually answer questions directly, because we are, but you aren't, right? When did the war, right?
That's something, so we should let him respond.
Yeah, so when did the war start between Russia and Ukraine? What year did that start? Maybe 700, maybe 5000 BC? Maybe King Solomon was there too in 3000 BC? We'll see. Go ahead.
No, maybe it said him. Oh, there he goes.
I don't know exactly the day it started. I'm not going to sit there and tell you when Ukraine and Russia started.
Okay.
It escalated or when it actually did.
So February 20.
What I'm saying is.
But can you answer what I said? I know Chris started another line of logic, but do you acknowledge what I said as being true?
He didn't pay attention.
Day one?
No, that what I said was this, that Donald Trump said if once he was president, nobody would invade anyone because he was so fearsome that no one would dare. And since Trump has been in office, countries have relentlessly bombed other countries. Do you acknowledge that as true? You're muted. We can't hear you if you're talking. I don't want you to keep talking if you're talking. You got to unmute, I think. I don't know who's muting you. I'm not a mod. It's not me. I don't mute people.
Well, people keep muting me, sorry. I don't know, but I think that in the 4 months that he's been there, that, I didn't start at day one. You know, shit happens. You know,
interesting
that way. But at least he.
Okay, I agree with you. Shit happens, but can you at least say that the promise that Donald Trump made that on day one the Ukraine-Russia war would be over, he lied? or let's not call it a lie. Maybe let me just give it to you. Yeah, maybe it's not a lie, but he just what he promised to deliver, he did not deliver. Can we just agree on
every
that?
politician deliver everything they want?
Hey,
Okay, but now hold on. Now you're doing a what about? Let's just stay on this line.
You're holding it.
No,
holding
hold on.
this big accountable. Oh my God, he didn't end it.
He
He's a
said
bad man.
on day one, I will end the war. And let me just say, okay, you're right. Like maybe that. Let me not hold him to his own promise that he promised thousands of times.
they all
Let's
promise shit that
hey,
never happened.
we're on day 100.
That's 4 months.
We're on day 100.
Four
No, I'm
months.
just telling you the bombing has intensified, which
Yeah.
you don't seem
Not
to know.
intensified.
yeah, according to the KIEL, according to NATO,
Yes, you have no idea what you're.
hey,
There's been no.
Boss
hey,
dog,
boss
you're
dog.
wrong.
Okay, hey, boss dog. You are crashing out, right? You asked for evidence, so I'm going to continue to read the citation, dog. This is insufferable. Plus, then right after this, we're going to go back. I'm going to ask you what Trump actually.
If you have evidence that the bombing has intensified, just read it.
Yeah, so quoting the KIEL, quoting the United Nations, right, one of our most reliable, allies, and NATO, the two.
Conglomerates of countries that we work with.
Yeah. They say since they actually gave us a number, MOM, 37%, right, month over month, right. So yeah,
The bombing has increased.
Yeah.
It's gotten worse, whether you know that or not. And you can
I
easily
don't
just
believe
Google.
that,
Okay,
You believe
but
what you
listen,
want, that's
hey,
fine.
Boss Dog,
But I
listen to
just
me.
have a problem.
Boss Dog, I'm
My
not
main
trying
thing
to
is
fight you.
on
Wait,
there,
hold on.
sex.
I'm not trying to
Stop
fight
interrupting.
you. We have to agree on reality, though. That is I understand that you want to defend Trump and you don't want it to be true that he's failing, but it is true.
How
You
is
just
he
have.
failing?
Okay, I'm telling you.
lie to you the first day?
Hey, listen to me, Boss Dog. I didn't ask Trump to make a bunch of promises.
'Cause
I
he
didn't
lied
tell
to you
Trump.
the first
Wait,
day to
no.
end
Can
the
I
war?
tell? Can I? Well, I can.
Biden never said that, though.
Can I? Can I
Biden
just
couldn't
list?
even read, dude.
Okay.
Come on.
Biden's a lawyer. What are you talking about?
Okay, Boss Dog.
That's not true. Anyways, let me just finish. Here's the thing. I don't want to fight you. I just want us to be able to agree on some basic facts. I didn't ask Donald Trump to say the war would end on day one. I don't think that's a realistic claim. He made it. It didn't pan out. Right? I actually agree with you. It probably would take longer. I understand how international, foreign policy works. I understand it's tough, right? Trump decided to make unrealistic expectations he couldn't live up to. But what I'm asking you to just understand, it's not, I'm not trying to embarrass you. I'm not trying to hurt you. The bombing has increased in the Ukraine-Russia war. That's the truth. Since Trump has been in office. And I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying that is what happened.
That's fine.
It has gotten worse. Then India attacked Pakistan. Pakistan attacked India back. Donald Trump announced a ceasefire. They both attacked each other after the fake ceasefire Donald Trump announced. The Houthis,
Are they not talking now?
Donald Trump said that the Houthis, and I quote, said, "We give up. We're tired of this." Then the Houthis attacked Israel.
I don't know if I can go off.
So everything that Trump has said about his ceasefire
He's
has
about to
turned
drop.
out to not be the case. That's all.
This dude's not even listening either. So
No,
cool.
he's listening. He's fine. He's
All right,
listening.
all right, cool.
We're having a good conversation. We're vibing.
All right, so let's move on to some things he actually did, right? Because now we've known this stuff hasn't been going on for centuries, and other countries aren't scared to tee off on each other. Why did Trump just lift? Okay, gotcha. Because I can guarantee you're going to crash out on this question, but it's okay, right? Why did your commander in chief lift the sanctions we had on Syria, knowing that the Assad regime just got violently taken over by the group that Israel funded with our tax money called the FSA? Why would you make that area hotter? He did that a day ago. Please give me the logical reason why he lifted sanctions.
Why did he lift the terror? Is that what you said?
I said sanctions. Stop thinking.
Because he's trying to get things done.
I
Whether
don't
it's right or
understand the
wrong.
difference.
Boss dog. Hey, boss
might not
dog.
understand the
Okay,
difference.
boss dog. Okay, so
What it is or not, you don't want to hear it.
Hey, so boss dog, I didn't say tariffs though. We don't have tariffs on Syria. That's how I know you. So we don't have tariffs on Syria. We don't have tariffs on Syria. So I'm going to slow it down for you. Okay, you are listening
hold
to
on.
respond.
Explain to him the difference between sanctions and tariffs. I think it was just a misunderstanding. Don't attack. Just everyone take. Everyone breathe through it. Let's understand. Let's believe. Let's just agree right now to all believe we're coming in good faith to have a reasonable conversation. Let's stop attacking each other. I think he just maybe doesn't understand the difference between sanctions. And I'm not accusing you of being confused. I'm just saying, yeah, there's a difference between sanctions and tariffs. That's all.
All right, I'm just going to break down. So, no, I'm going to break it down because you said tariff. So I'm just going to go ahead and break it down. Okay. A tariff is a tax that is levied on an imported good. Have you lost me yet?
No, I know. You don't have to bend you.
Okay, then you brought up Syria. So cool. Do we have tariffs on Syria right now? Before I go over to sanctions, I'm breaking this down for you. Do we?
Probably not. Probably.
Okay, so it's impossible that I could be talking about. So I said sanctions right now.
I apologize. I misunderstood.
Yeah, he just he misheard, Chris.
All right, cool. So cool. Now that we've established that we're back now here at 2025, why did Trump?
He's been passed.
Okay, why did? Okay,
That's
so
what he's doing. Whether they're right or wrong, we don't know.
Okay, cool.
The
So
sanctions for going on forever.
Boss,
Chris, it might be helpful if you tell him the history of Syria and the human rights abuses and the chemical attacks.
Okay,
let me help you, boss.
Right.
What you don't understand is that Syria
I'm gonna start
is
muting
a
you now.
direct ally of Russia. That's
Yeah.
what we're. Syria, the war. We have been at war with Syria. Trump's first term, he was at war with Syria. We were not carpet, that's dramatic, but we were droning Syria constantly. A man named Bashir al-Assad was in charge of Syria. Wait, hold on.
Okay, hold on one second.
No, he's fine. Hey, listen, Chris, you gotta breathe. Everything's fine. It's okay.
No, because he's trying to make you're trying to make a point, but this is why he doesn't understand it.
I'm okay.
No, it's fine, because it's okay, boss dog. I'm now going to Agenda 47 you for being ignorant. No, it's fine. Go ahead.
I'm okay.
You are
Everything's
insufferable.
okay. Just everyone. I'm okay. I'm okay. Just it's okay. Everyone's fine. I can defend myself too. It's okay. If he annoys me, I can just talk to him about it.
Because I can't even hear what you're saying because he's like busy mixing it up.
I'm just saying everything's okay. We're gonna make it through this. Everyone take a deep breath. Everyone's fine. We're just having a conversation. Okay. So what I was trying to say is you just have to understand the country of Syria, and Damascus is a place there. So just understand that when Obama was president, this is the best way I can explain to you, like Syria's connection to Russia. Obama used to troll Putin by being like, oh, Russia's a regional power. Russia's a regional power. The United States is a world power, and the reason that he was kind of doing that is because Russia is pretty much contained to their space and they don't have military bases all around the world like America does, right? And especially the way we hold power by plopping down military bases in the oil-rich Middle East. So Putin was like, I need to get a military base in the Middle East. Like, where am I going to get one of these? I don't know if you've ever heard of the Wagner Group. That's a private Russian army that's terrorizing people in Africa and then started terrorizing Prigozhin. You ever heard of the guy, Putin, one of the many people he unalived? Prigozhin used to run the Wagner Group. Anyways, so he went to Syria, got in with Bashir al-Assad, and plopped down a Russian military base. And that was his pride and joy. And he's like, look at me, Russia has a military base in the Middle East. And Bashir al-Assad lost his effing mind because he had the cover of Russia, started chemical attacking his own people, committing horrific human atrocities. Like, they're still unearthing the graves of Syrians that were buried alive. I mean, horrific things that you can't imagine happen. So, and Donald Trump himself was in a war with Syria in his first term. So it's very strange, unless he is just simply the lapdog of Putin to then lift all sanctions on Syria suddenly. That's all. I'm done.
Yeah. So in summary, we had sanctions on bad guys for a long time. Trump lifted sanctions on bad guys. And we haven't even talked about Iran yet. So now that you've gotten the wonderful overview that you listened to, I'm assuming, why did Trump lift sanctions on the sworn enemies of the United States of America? That's what we're getting at. Now that you know the history, please go ahead.
And you're welcome for the free education.
No, actually, it was very inviting. And I
Thanks.
Very nice.
I feel like we're bonding. I'm following you. I feel closer to you.
Actually, I appreciate it because I like history and I like to learn. But
I have a degree in history. I used to be a teacher.
no, I mean, I'm all about learning stuff, and I don't know why. And he keeps asking me why they lifted sanctions. I don't know exactly why. I can't sit there. Hey, he lifted them. I'm not the president. I don't know why.
Okay, well, is that good for the U.S.?
So, in your question though, when the war started in Syria, it was actually like 2011.
I never asked you that question, though.
Her and I were talking about that. I'm sorry. But
Okay. So
I know. I noticed you were looking
have
something
not
up.
looked
I
it up.
appreciate
I
you
can
doing
look
some
it up
research.
if
No,
you'd like me
I
to.
understand. Yeah, and the war started before Trump was in office. You're right about that. But Trump continued it and was droning Syria. Like one of the kids. I was listening to this documentary of during Trump's first term. And they'd be like, "We love cloudy days," and they're like, some reporters like, "Why?" They're like, "Because those are the days the drones can't come because they couldn't see to target anything when it was cloudy." So yeah, I'm not suggesting Trump started the war. I'm suggesting that he perpetuated and escalated it. And it was the most important part is not that we're just bombing a random small country in the Middle East. That's not what's important. What's important is that it was a proxy war with Russia because Syria is a representation of a Russian military base in the Middle East. And now that Trump basically just said, let Syria do whatever they want, what it is indicative of is he's a lapdog for Putin. And I'm not saying it's 100% wrong, but we should be very concerned with why Trump refuses to stand up to Putin.
yeah, the whole Syria thing caught me off guard. I'm like, we're never in a million years would we bend the knee like that, but we did. And we haven't even got to Iran yet. That's gonna be an interesting one.
Appreciate that he's Googling. He's working, you guys. Look, he's
So
doing
basically,
work.
what I'm looking at it was to seize power over the ruler that is in Syria.
Bashir al-Assad.
Not Assad, right?
He's not there anymore.
The power.
No, well,
to where
he was
couldn't
figuring
have
out the
control
why it happened.
like
Yeah,
he
he's
has
doing research.
during the countries that when I wake up, she says, and what we've come to, it was to seize power. That this Syria guy that's ruled this nation to pure crap, though he's lifted sanctions to they hope stop this and try to build the country.
They already had hold on. So what you just said
I'm just
doesn't.
saying, I've just got a nutshell, man. That's what I've read in the last couple.
Okay, I got you.
I appreciate you doing research, but here's the thing: Bashir al-Assad is gone.
Yeah.
He's in hiding. But here's the best. This is what you have to understand. Do you know where he is? He's in Russia. He's hiding in Russia. Putin is giving him refuge in Russia. So what I'm saying is Syria. Well, this is what you need to know about Syria, right? Syria is now Bashir al-Assad, that crazy dictator. You're right about I agree with you what you said. Yeah, that man's crazy. And when they were driving him out, he hid in Moscow. That's where he is. Syria is now essentially controlled by Putin. So what Trump has done is shake hands with Putin yet again in the Middle East.
Also, the group that just took
I
over.
need to look it up. Look up Bashir al-Assad.
Yeah.
And look where he is located right now. He's in Moscow with Putin.
And the group that just took over Syria, I mean, that's the Free Syrian Army, the same Free Syrian Army that went to go join Al-Qaeda and ISIS. Israel funded them for a period of almost a decade with our tax money. So you're telling me we're going to lift sanctions to allow those T group members to go do that stuff in Syria and potentially do stuff to us? Doesn't sound like the most high percentage move. Here's how vile the FSA is. They were probably less vile. They're probably more vile.
We'll move on to that. Let him just.
Yeah.
He's thinking. This is good. Look at him. He's buffering. His brain's working. I encourage Mag. I like that this is good for them. Think. Read. Look, this is amazing. I'm encouraged by this.
Talks about Syrian also had to do with the Saudi and the Crown Prince too.
MBS, Mohammed bin.
So, you got to realize all this stuff blends together, whether you want it or not. The Middle East, and that's everything blends together.
I don't disagree with you.
Saudi Arabia, and Israel and Egypt.
Wait, but can we? I know you're okay. Now we're pivoting, but can we just let me just clarify one point? The most important thing is no. Wait, hold on. Now you're trying to do the all brown people in the Middle East. But can we just?
I'm reading.
Wait, hold on. I need to just say one.
CNN and Fox.
CNN and Fox.
I don't care. Those aren't bad sources. Listen, they're all secondary sources, and they're not wrong. No, I'm glad you're reading. I know, Boss Dog.
I didn't do that, Ray.
Okay, because I don't care, and I don't want to mute him. Don't mute him. Listen, I'm glad you're reading. You're doing a really good job. But I know, and I appreciate it. Thank God, thank you for reading. I applaud you. This is what I want you to know: that Syria, the man, the dictator who was terrorizing the people of Syria, Bashir al-Assad, he's in Moscow, hanging out with Putin. Syria is now essentially under control of the Wagner Group, which is Russia's private army, or they are occupying a military base there. And so what I'm trying to get you to see is that, and it depends on your knowledge of history and your knowledge of how dangerous Putin is of a person and what his history is with the U.S., that what Trump has done at every turn, right? If these were blanket tariffs, he never sanctioned Russia. I mean, he never tariffed Russia, right? Like, for some reason, which I could make for some reason, Donald Trump bends over backwards for Putin at every turn. And that's what he did by lifting these sanctions on Syria. He gave Putin again what he wanted and got nothing in return. And so, like, you guys are always saying Trump's a great negotiator. And I'm asking you to see that when it comes to Putin, there's no negotiation. He gets 110% what he wants every single time. And you ask why? Well, there's several KGB agents that have defected to the United States. A good one is Yuri Shvets. And they have testified quite early and often that Donald Trump has been an asset of Russia and of the KGB since the early 80s. I'm quoting books, articles.
Nah, Erica, I got done running in the hot sun. I'm good. I'm just kind of warming out a little bit. Yeah, so not a high percentage move, and he is right. Everything does run together. The group that overthrew the Assad regime, quite literally, was funded by Israel, and the memorandum of understanding was actually signed in the first Trump administration in 2019. So yeah, you're actually 100% right.
Well, everything and Israel also funded Hamas.
Yeah, so everything does run together. Unfortunately, the first Trump administration led to, including the Turkish-Kurdish war, right, led to where we're at now. So you're actually right. Things do run together. And Donald Trump seems to be a George Bush level mess up in the Middle East.
Seems like whatever Putin wants, Putin gets, and he doesn't have to give anything up for it. And that's the weirdest thing, to say Trump's a good negotiator, but he gets nothing. Why don't we get anything for giving things?
Hey, boss dog, I can't hear Felice when you're talking. Like, here's the thing. I'm going to teach you the mechanics of.
I'm sorry. I wasn't really saying anything. It's fine.
All right, so now that you know the history of Syria, can I actually... So maybe I'm just going to go ahead and rephrase this question. Is this good for national security that Trump lifted sanctions on the FSA-controlled, Assad-exiled Syria? Let's get it, like, is it good for America, or is it bad?
There is a Russian military base being controlled by the Wagner Group.
Yeah. Is it good for national security?
Do I think it is? I honestly cannot say, but I guess we'll see.
Okay,
it's not. Hold on, Boss Dog. You know it's not great. It's not great. It's not great.
Answer your question.
It's not good.
On Russia.
Hey, no, boss dog. Boss dog. You don't just get to say I don't know. So here's the thing: we have established. So you're telling me it's good. So it's good for national security. So yes, okay. I don't deal with T group sympathizers, but
no, but
all right, cool.
That's what you want to hear.
That's not what I want to hear. Okay, so boss dog. Here's the thing. We're going to stay locked on this topic. I don't want to hear, if you can give me a logical argument why it's good for national security.
Exact things is give you.
Okay, so boss dog. Okay.
If you want to negotiate with me, that's fine.
I don't want to negotiate with you.
I tell you that I don't know the exact.
I think this might be as close. Thank you. I think that's
So I'm not
what he's
gonna sit
saying
there and
is
tell you bad
Okay.
or good.
it's not
I'm not gonna do
100%
it.
sure, but it's sounding like it might be unsafe.
Okay,
and
so
I think
boss-
that's fair.
I don't.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't- I know it's been going on for a while. I know this stuff is in Syria, and then I come from a highly military background. My family, so I don't know.
Were you in the military?
countries? No, I was not, but my family was. So I know it's been going on for centuries, and you don't like to hear.
Well,
it.
I effed someone
But
in the military once.
It's
Does
just-
that mean
it's
I
just
can
around
speak
and
on
around
it?
and
Just
around,
kidding.
and you watch
Get
a lot
it?
of
See what I
things.
did there?
Okay, so Boss Dog, do you have any closing words? I need to move on to somebody else.
Yeah, I was going to answer her question about Russia tariffs.
Well, no. Like we're done now. Like I'm the host. Like we're done. Like clearly, no.
And
So okay,
Russia's stealing a.
I got you. Okay.
I've heard that. I don't know what about 200%. Yeah, there were never any tariffs on Russia when every other country was tariffed. But we don't we're not necessarily aggressively trading with Russia either. So
Yeah, it's
200% what? Russia was a country we used to sanction. I could go into the other things Trump did to help Russia, right? Everything, like we used to be seizing Russian oligarchs' assets, like yachts, whenever we could find them. He made it easier for people to act as foreign agents on U.S. soil, for Russian agents to come lobby Trump on U.S. soil illegally. Like in every way Trump could bend over backwards for Putin, he has done it. You can Google that and fact check me if you don't believe me.
And I'm just so what I'm very sad about, especially the patriot or military community. Like now we're giving wiggle room. All of a sudden, Putin's not as bad as people say. The FSA's not bad for national security. Like I don't like this. They're doing I don't know what it's called, sunken cost fallacy. Because Trump did.
Who cares about like debate? No, it's Russian disinformation that is now being what used to be Russian disinformation is now like Bible with conservatives. You guys you can't tell where the Russian disinformation starts and when your own thoughts begin. They are synonymous now. Putin's not such a bad guy. Tell me you've never read a book.
Yeah.
Like, should Putin be interfering in every U.S. election that occurs? Are you guys happy about that?
Like a real commander-in-chief doesn't allow foreign adversaries in the Middle East to get leverage. He did that with Iran. He did that with Syria. Like, what's going to happen next? Who the hell?
But they gave him a plane, Chris. He's going to accept his plane. Just
400,000.
And the UAE. I used to represent the UAE in the Model Arab League. It's kind of my thing. So, and we gave him $2 billion in Trump meme coin to bribe him. So, what aren't you getting? Trump's on a bribe tour of the Middle East, accepting all the bribes.
That's rough because in any other era, lifting sanctions on this Syria from anybody walking down the street would be like an absolute no, that's a terrible idea. Now all of a sudden the FSA is not bad people. Okay, well, I don't know
More
what.
shocking to hear them say that Russia is great. Like, do you know anything about history? Russia's not great. And either is the former KGB officer, Putin, Vladimir, poisoner-in-chief Putin.
Guys, for the sake of my brain cells, please tap the screen because I ain't gonna lie. Something about these guys today is tough for me because I don't know. Because
Kind of liked Boss Dog. I think we were bonding there for a second.
I just don't like the subtle, just
In
Trump
cognitive dissonance, you have to
Yeah.
accept that you're talking. Like, my advice to you is just accept, like I wouldn't abuse a toddler, so
Yeah.
I won't abuse a MAGA person because they're a helpless, confused toddler. You just have to be like, hey, do you know the difference between right and wrong?
Yeah, and boss man, you said I accepted Biden as commander-in-chief. I do too. I just realized
Boss dog.
one did a shitty job and the other one did an average job. Trump did the shitty job, Biden did the average job. You are unwilling.
He did way better than an average job. That's not true.
I was talking about Biden.
I can Biden did better than
Okay.
an average job. I
Okay,
can
no,
prove
that's
it mathematically.
Yeah.
He recovered the best in the G7 from the pandemic. He clawed back he clawed back our market share in oil and gas. If you don't think Biden did a good job, He didn't do it alone. He
I
put
was talking about
smart
Commander-in-Chief.
people in the right places.
I was
Like,
talking about
if-
Commander-in-Chief. It's just that role.
Yeah, but Biden did a great job because
Yeah,
he
no, I
put
agree.
people who can use their brains in the right place. We had Scott, D-list reality TV star from, I'm not joking, from the Boston Real World, who's now running the air traffic control. He's the transportation secretary, doing a 2-hour press conference yesterday saying the Newark airport's broken. When they asked him when it was going to be fixed, he said, I can't tell you that. I don't know. And then said, I think we should just blame Biden for the.
If Biden...
Well, it was working when Biden was in office, so it's strange. It's now broken, but it's Biden's fault. It's the strangest thing.
Same scenario with Biden. If the Assad regime got taken over and Biden lifted sanctions, I can guarantee you they would say immediately that was a terrible idea.
Kash Patel never, exactly. Someone said Kash Patel didn't turn in their budget. Preach. Never turned in his homework still. Had time to spend U.S. taxpayer dollars flying all around, going to all these sporting events. Still couldn't turn in a budget for the FBI. Kristi Noem's burning through billions of dollars. Like she doesn't even have a budget. But you guys care about waste, fraud, and abuse and where our tax dollars are going. I would advise you to look into how Trump. Oh, here, let me help you. As of today, we've spent 166 billion more than we did when Trump was in office. I mean, when Biden was in office, 166 billion more. So we have saved no money. In fact, we've spent 166 billion dollars more.
That's rough.
But we're rooting out that waste, fraud, and abuse. Every time Trump gets in the office, it's the weirdest thing. Money just burned through.
Go and tap
The
the screen.
same
guys.
thing when he was in office the first time. He spent all the money. And you guys, because I now know MAGA can't count. That's why you guys don't know.
And to be honest, though, this play with Syria is probably going to cost us money in the form of being a satellite to Israel. Because these sanctions are off, Israel and Syria are going to be going at it again. And we already account for 15% of their defense budget. So, some commander-in-chief he is. Let's get up to 100K, guys. Let's get the ops in here.
Oh, we're not even to 100K. Yes, let's all aggressive. Everyone just tap for 100 likes and we will be good. Share the live with 5 people. If just push the arrow in the bottom right. And then if you don't have anyone to share it with, just push the copy link button. That counts as a share and it will help us be found more and get someone in here. Boss Dog, I think you were doing a good job. I do appreciate you reading. I'll never forget that. So few MAGA people ever attempt to read. So that meant something to me.
Somebody said, police check your DMs. Oh.
That could mean so many scary things. I have an agreement with my, if you ever think, or like, why doesn't Felice answer my messages? I'm in therapy and I have an agreement with my therapist to not check my DMs due to the amount of D threats.
Oh, man.
It's not very good for my mental health to read some of my DMs.
I normally get those from ex-IDF soldiers back when I used to debate Israel-Palestine every day.
Well, you're not a woman. You have no.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not great being a woman on the internet.
That's fair. But it's also not great
very
being
angry.
But it's also not great being black and anti-Israel, even though it's probably not the same degree.
I
but
could see that.
Yeah.
I love that sound. Keep tapping that screen. We are literally 4,000 taps away from. Thank you guys for tapping the screen. Almost to 100K. Nearly there. I want to find this clip from about how much waste, fraud, and abuse is going on. Because I do think it's fascinating if you really look at the numbers. Oh, I do think I have the clip of Kash Patel refusing to do his homework. This is Kash Patel screaming at a woman because he can't do his own job. Oh, sorry. I muted.
Understand. I have a timeline on that.
It was due last week by law.
I understand.
And your answer is you just understand you're not going to follow the law?
My answer is that I am following the law, and I'm working with my interagency partners to do this and get you the budget that you are required to have.
And you have no timeline?
No.
Keep up the great work, Kash Patel, on not doing your job. And by law, it was due. So they had a congressional hearing about the budget for the FBI without a budget. Oh, here's the one about Christine. Here, remember MAGA, how you thought Trump was going to save you money, but we are 166 billion more. We've spent 166 billion more than Biden did at this time. Here's what Christine Ohm's up to, which is idiocy.
I say this with seriousness and respect, but your department is out of control. You are spending like you don't have a budget. You're on the verge of running out of money for the fiscal year. You are illegally refusing to spend funds that have been authorized by this Congress and appropriated by this committee. You are ignoring the immigration laws of this nation, implementing a brand new immigration system that you have invented that has little relation to the statutes that you are required, that you are commanded to follow, as spelled out in your oath of office. You are routinely violating the rights of immigrants who may not be citizens, but whether you like it or not, they have constitutional and statutory rights when they reside in the United States. Your agency acts as if laws don't matter, as if the election gave you some mandate to violate the Constitution and the laws passed by this Congress. It did not give you that mandate. You act as if your disagreement with the law, or even the public's disagreement with the law, is relevant and gives you the ability to create your own law. It does not give you that ability. Let's start with your spending. You are on track to trigger the Anti-Deficiency Act. That means you are going to spend more money than you have been allocated by Congress. This is a rare occurrence, and it is wildly illegal. Your agency will be broke by July, over 2 months before the end of the fiscal year. You may not think that Congress has provided enough money to ICE, but the Constitution and the federal law does not allow you to spend more money than you have been given or to invent money. And this obsession with spending at the border, as the chairwoman mentioned, has left the country unprotected elsewhere. The security threats to the United States are higher, not lower, than before Trump came to office. To fund the border, you have illegally gutted spending for cybersecurity. As we speak, Russian and Chinese hackers are having a field day attacking our nation. You've withdrawn funds for disaster prevention. Storms are going to kill more people in this country because of your illegal withholding of these funds. Your myopia about the border, fueled by President Trump's prejudice against people who speak a different language, has shattered many of this country's most important defenses. I acknowledge that you don't believe that people should be able to apply for asylum, but you don't get to choose that. The White House doesn't get to choose that. The law requires you to process people who are showing up at the border and who claim asylum. Why? Because our asylum law is a bipartisan commitment, an effort to correct for our nation's unconscionable decision to deny entry to Jews to this country who were being hunted and killed by the Nazis. Our nation, Republicans and Democrats, wrote it into law that we would not repeat that horror ever again. And thus we would allow for people who were fleeing terror and torture to come here, arrive at the border, and make a case for asylum.
So that was for you, Michi. You said that in the comments, and I saw. So I thought you might like to hear Senator Chris Murphy say it in a congressional hearing. He said that. What day is it? Yeah, last week in a congressional hearing, while Christine Ohms sputtered and stuttered and had no response, because there is no response. And if you care about waste, fraud, and abuse and where your tax dollars going, then you would know we are currently being taxed without representation illegally, while Trump burns through money that was never appropriated by Congress. It's a constitutional violation.
I look like the emoji right now. Tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen. MAGA doesn't care about the Constitution? Absolutely.
I like the glasses, Chris.
I know. It's getting bright and hot here in Texas. When I'm running, I got to cover my big face.
I know MAGA doesn't care about the Constitution. It's weird though that woman came up and said we weren't patriots. I think the number, just so you know, when you swear an oath, you don't swear an oath to a man. You don't swear an oath to a man who puts on makeup every morning. You swear an oath to the Constitution.
She was
so
pissed.
Maybe some of you should read it and not just 2A, the whole thing.
She was pissed.
Start with due process and the emoluments clause. And then also get to the part of wait, what's the thing that they added? What is it called? What they added because of Nixon, where you can't, what am I thinking? Impoundment, the Impoundment Act. And then get to that. You have 45 days to not appropriate the funds to where Congress told you to. Trump is in violation of so many laws. It's scary.
Guys, let's keep the taps going. Let's see if we can get down to the.
Just sent me a message. Just popped. I said, "Thanks for messaging me, Boss Dog." Saw it.
He's gonna run with the bag with the Saudi plane. That's unconstitutional as hell, by the way. To accept that gift.
No. It's not a Saudi plane. It's a plane from Qatar.
Yeah, it's a Qatari plane. Yeah.
I think Boss Dog challenged me to a debate in a message. I mean, I don't know. You know how your TikTok messages just pop up on the top of the screen? I just saw it for a second. I don't know what it said. It said something about a debate.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking. I mean, yeah, he was looking stuff up for the first time. I will give him that.
Are you okay, Chris?
Yeah, it was 97 degrees when I ran.
Oh, you're muted.
I'm muted? You can hear me?
I can't. Wait, can you guys hear Chris? I can't hear Chris. Can you guys hear him?
Hello?
I can't hear you. Can anyone hear Chris?
Can you hear me?
You hear Chris? I can't hear you. I'll drop and come back. I cannot.
What the hell? Guys, we're getting probed. We're getting probed by the Russians.
Can you
hear me?
say something?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. This happens sometimes. I can't hear you. Sometimes this happens on lives. I don't know. And I can't remember how to fix it, but I know this is a thing. Yeah, where guests can't hear.
I'm going to text you. We're getting attacked by the Russians, guys.
Wait, let me unplug him.
This is not a drill. We're getting attacked by Russians. This is not a drill, guys. This is what you call prime Russian interference. Everybody get under. Okay, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to restart real quick so we can get some more ops. Start real quick so we can get some more. Oh shit. There we go. This should help us get some ops. We just got attacked by the.
We were probably due for a restart, anyways. Oh yeah, God, now I have to remember how to put up the. I never remember how to put up back. Every time I do that, I forget.
We just got attacked by the Russians, guys. We just did our drill.
Think we probably did.
They're
It's
like,
good
they're,
preparation. I know. I said way too much stuff about Putin. I
Somebody
was
said-
thinking when I said it, I was like, this is not good.
they're like, Cash Patel got Chris. Yeah, got my ass.
Probably. I know. We're on several lists.
Yeah, as soon as we mention Syria, they're like, we got to get them out of there. Welcome back in,
There's
guys.
to be on. It's so good to hear you again.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on? I've never seen that. Never mind. There's
Tap,
some
tap,
weird
tap.
arrow in the bottom corner. But I have family in the middle. I can't. Oh, he was so nice. He was trying to be nice. Tap the screen. Libtards going crazy. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about it.
Guys, get up to 10K, guys. Welcome back
That's a
in.
horrible thing to say.
Yeah.
Hunter's laptop.
Can't even spell it right.
It's laptop. What is a laptop? A top of a lab?
Pop some more electro. That was a rough run. I got so excited about let's go be manly and go run 7 miles after I lift. That was terrible.
Did you run 7 miles? Oh my god, no.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna be all right, but like towards mile 5, I stopped at the water fountain. I'm like, all right, this is
Too hot.
yeah, I'm gonna not do that again. It's not good for us light skins. I'm gonna become dark skinned after that. It's all right though. We got pure aqua, lemon lime, 500
This is like Pedialyte.
500 milligrams of electrolytes. We're good.
This is the Gatorade Pedialyte version, which is better than Pedialyte. It's a
Yeah.
Gatorade Hydrate or something.
Guys, please go ahead and tap that screen. I'm gonna go mix some more water here. Yeah, thanks for
so
letting me know
hot
I wasn't
here
looking
today.
all right. I'm like, I feel like I feel like Scooby Doo when he said, I was like, tap the screen.
You're my crush too. I have crushes at Site B Studios. Thank you. That's so nice. Let's tap the screen for Chris. I'm just the person sitting here. And then maybe someone will request who wants to tell us about why they love Trump. Everyone think really quick why you love Trump. Get it in your head. I'm not a mod, so I couldn't let people up here even if I wanted to. But when Chris comes back, it'll be time to explain why you love Trump so much and what he's done for you. Not what you feel he's done, what he did in actuality. Biden? Question mark? I don't understand. Are you asking me what Biden did? Oh, that list is very long. If you get brave enough and you request, I'll explain to you what Biden did for you.
Oh,
No,
man.
yeah, I will. I'll name way more than one, but you have to get brave enough and request.
This is Trump Nation.
I'm
Stop
not
it.
just gonna talk to your nameless face in the comments. You have to get brave enough and come up here, and I'll name you many, many things that Biden did for you. You don't want this smoke, but I will give it to you if you get brave.
Oh, I think Rhea has been trying to say something to you for a while. So let me bring up the intern real quick. Hey, Rhea.
Hi.
Call her an intern? What
Yeah, absolutely.
is that?
Yo, mermaid, stop the cap.
What's going on?
I'm good, you?
Sorry, I saw you in the box for a little while.
I
What's
wanted
up?
to talk about the India when you guys brought up India first podcast, and I was like, let me up, Chris.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I was getting emotionally invested in that conversation for some reason. Yeah. But these strawberries are really good, by the way. Did you have anything to
That
say, though?
sound good.
Me?
I realized that wasn't smart of me to do today. I'm feeling out of it. Anyway, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Wait, what did you say? I'm confused.
No, I ran at almost 100-degree weather today. I thght I was going to be a man, and that ended up destroying me pretty bad.
You know what my mom did 2 years ago? She did this insane 100-miler. It's like 131 miles. You go from the Death Valley. So you're at Badwater. It's called Badwater. So you're going from Badwater Basin, which is the lowest point in America, till like the Mount Whitney summit area, and it's 131 miles, and you do it on the hottest day of the year, so it was like 115 degrees, and you do it like straight.
I would die. All right, we're gonna get to some ops if that's cool. If India Pakistan comes up again, I got you though. Just hang tight.
All right.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. All right. So, guys, and let's see who's this. Here we go. He's got a football team that I can at least agree with the W on. Let's see about his political takes. Did you vote for Trump?
Hell no. Damn, yo, it's bag, bro.
Oh, dude, sorry. So I've been debating politics. You know, I'm gonna come back to the sports side in just a second. But let me get back. Let me get back to the chef's kitchen real quick, though. Appreciate you.
No, for sure.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, guys. Sometimes, you know, I hop in other lives, explore different things. You know, I'm a person outside of this app. You know, I
But
love
you have
sports.
interests and hobbies
Yeah.
outside of just fighting off fascism?
Buying Trump Bibles and made in Vietnam. Guys, let's go and tap the screen, guys. Come on, don't. Why is it that my lowest times on the algorithm is always when Felice is here? She's gonna like stop coming around, and unless you guys.
1,000 people in the live on Sunday. We did good.
Yeah. Actually, never mind. That was good. It did start out slow. That was probably because I'm not the most entertaining.
Tap the screen.
Did I unfollow you? I don't think I did. Did I? Oops. Okay, I think I did. My bad. Sorry about that. Damn, Felice, you got some fans in the guys. If you're a real fan of Felice, then you tap the screen to get more option here. I'm just
I
saying.
need 400 followers to get to 200,000. So if you're such a fan, then follow me.
Guys, and watch your people's receipts.
Yeah,
I do watch them when I'm at work, and I just hook up the my phone to the Apple TV and just watch the. It's better than the news because what they're saying on Fox is bullshit. What she puts out is factual.
Such bullshit.
Yeah. Where's your shades?
The D-bag shades. Oh, thanks, Jeff.
And guys, make sure in Houston, make sure I got at least 5 white people around me on Thursday, because you know your boy, when they see a brown man protesting Palestine, you know it's about to get serious.
Oh, thank you. I know. I need to sit in silence tonight. Just drink some. Wait, where did my water go?
Guys, tap the screen. Let's get up to
More
25K.
Pedialyte.
Yeah. Did you end up getting your steps in today?
Yeah, I did 10 miles. I have a panic attack without 10 miles.
That
I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything. The high in Phoenix today is only 85, so
It was 97 degrees today.
it's gonna be hot soon here. So I
Yeah.
will enjoy this day. Why ever it's only 85 in Phoenix today, I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Oh wait, sorry guys, not Thursday, Sunday, my bad.
Trump supporters, don't you want to tell us what you love about your Lord and Savior and what he did to change your life? How did Trump change your life? That's what we want to know. When did you fall in love with Donald John Trump?
Go ahead and tap the screen, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get it done. Let's see. Jeez, they must be.
You can do it, MAGA. You can get brave and request.
They must be making a new script right now. They must be unavailable. Dude, guys, also, let's hit that share copy link button. Let's get some shares going.
Oh, when I'm on mute. Why is this so loud? Is it my microphone? Almost to 20K. Amazing job. I know. Sometimes it's like good to restart, but then it's also annoying. Trump supporters, you know you want to defend Donald Trump. I know you have something to say, even though there is no defense, mathematically anyways.
You said you broke the Russian bots. It's crazy. Well, yeah, I broke the Russian bots, and then they got Kash Patel to go mess with the audio last live, guys. It all makes sense. I'm
You are
public
a
enemy number
beautiful
one.
duo. It's our hybrid. It's when you're a hybrid, you look amazing.
See, look, she keeps me in check, right? Because when I get a little bit too off the edge, she just grabs me by the collar and just reels me back in. You know?
No, Chris, I used to just scream at people during debates too. You'll stop
Yeah.
after a while.
It's all good.
I used to always do. I always scream at people. You gotta let people just say things that don't make sense, and then
Absolutely.
like that. Was that? Do you have an audio mixer?
No, that was me just smacking my. That was me. That was me smacking my charger against my boom arm. Feeling so much more hydrated.
Josh
Just
Patel's awful. He's literally. I watched that whole congressional hearing. He is an awful human. Like God, I wish I could find that video because I think I have it somewhere. But someone was doing the math on how much cash Patel has spent of taxpayer dollars, like traveling to Las Vegas, because rumor has it he's a gambling addict, and then back to other places for sporting events. It's ridiculous. Trump's on pace to spend $1 billion golfing. Cool.
oh my gosh! What the hell?
Yeah.
Tap the screen, guys. Tap that screen, you wonderful anti-fascist Americans.
Trump supporters, come out and play. Maybe we've been too mean to people today.
That's probably 100%. Let's see, look, I need to get over. So I'm cool until I ask the same question 5 times and I never get the answer. That's what I need to work on. Like, I feel like if I ask one sentence question first 5 times, I don't know what.
Thanks, Colleen. I know it was, right? Dr. Danny's amazing. She's the best. I know, and let's all take care of Fax because he's having a rough time. And I'm saying this like because I love him deeply. Fax is, I can just tell he's exhausted.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
You need to take care of him, because that's how I'm a week ago. I was having a nervous breakdown. So it's just the stress of dealing with what we all have to deal with on the internet and in politics. We just need to watch out for each other. I tried to send him Uber Eats and he's like, I live in the backwoods of Vermont. There's no Uber Eats here, please. I was like, okay.
He lives that off grid that they don't
Yeah,
get.
I was like, can I just send you dinner? Can you just tell me your address and I'll get you food? He's like, there's no such thing where I live. But I was like, oh.
Well, my neighbor sent me supplements after I got detained by ICE. I'm like, well, yeah. Yeah.
What?
So, wait, I never told you that?
No.
How about that? Okay, yeah.
Got detained by ICE? What?
Yeah, so, and Chris, you're watching, you probably know exactly where this is. So I've been running the same run route, not anymore, obviously, since the 4 years I've lived here. The Buffalo Bayou kind of splits Houston in half. The ICE agents were in the neighborhood I was running by. They were going to this Baptist church in the school, and then they see me running by and they put me by the car and started asking me a bunch of questions about my citizenship. And I was scared. I'm like, yo, what's about to happen? So after 30 minutes later, they should have asked me this. They should have just asked me this in the beginning. It would have been sooner. They asked me for my social security number. And, then they just let me go. I'm like, you could have asked me that first. They could have ended the whole conversation. No, that was 5 weeks ago.
That is so scary. I didn't even know that. What?
I thought I told you. My bad.
Oh, my God. No, we could have been... If anyone goes missing, every lawyer I talk to, I'm like, if I go missing, will you please look for me?
Yeah. That happened on a Friday, so I kind of went off grid for 3 days.
I was listening to this girl who's brown, shocker. She's a creator on TikTok and she makes a bunch of anti-Trump content and she has a t-shirt company that makes shirts about, jokes about Trump. And she was detained in the Miami airport for hours and hours. I have the videos recorded of her. I downloaded her videos because I'm like, this is why I don't want to leave the country and try to come back in. You can get lucky and nothing will happen, or things are gonna get weird. Oh yeah, I saw Hassan Piker. Yeah, they got him for hours too. I know. God.
Guys, tap the screen.
Oh, it's happening. God, who only knows what that's about? I cannot wait for Tea Talk. I'm talking to you about your text.
Yeah, I'm not calling him back. I just found
No, don't.
Yeah, no. I'm just telling you I'm not because
I mean, maybe one day, and then we can.
I got a missed call from him while we're debating. I'm scared. I'm about to get interrogated, so I'm definitely not returning his call. Just like that TikTok term, 16 missed calls.
No, well, you gotta call him back one day because we don't know what the.
Yeah, jeez. Why didn't you just fucking text me, man? Now I'm fucking nervous. All right, now. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm telling you, it's playing out like I told you it would.
Trouble.
Yeah. I mean, I can't be disrespectful to him. He's a fellow member of the light-skinned clan. Until he proves himself off the island like a certain bird.
One person would, yeah, it's
okay. Actually, fuck it. It's wide. It's actually public information, guys. If you want to hear a good laugh, go to the TikTok account called Mr. Jones X Receipts. That has to be the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Which part where they're like, "You're not black anymore"? And we're like, "We're not taking him." What? Do you mean?
No. There's like a whole 20-minute live about Covey just throwing him under the bus for stealing from a pro-Palestine charity last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was like the play-by.
News.
Yeah, but the way that she was just going play-by-play with it, and then a bunch of other stuff. He was talking shit to a bunch of conservative creators, and
I know. Yeah, Athena. You're talking about the charity Athena was doing. Yeah. I know.
Somebody dubbed one of his videos like a year ago about him talking shit to a bunch of conservative creators about how nice his house was. Just turned out it was an Airbnb he was staying at. Tap the screen, guys. Hey, that's a public profile. Just go to Mr. Jones X Receipts if you need a good laugh.
I know. There's like clips of him being like, I have this degree, I have that degree. It's like, you can't have 23 degrees. Like,
he said he used to be a firefighter.
No, well, that might be true. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm saying you can't have 21 different college degrees. Like, there's not time. Like, what? You can't have 21 separate college degrees. Like, can you do the math? Like, that's not possible.
He volunteered.
And he's like, I have 20 years experience. Well, Mishi gave you that account like 2 years ago, so super weird.
Guys, tap the screen, guys. I don't know why we getting shadow banned hard right now. They don't want the truth.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. We can try this again another time.
Jeez, just had bad luck today.
No, I mean, maybe we should do this like once a week, like traditionally.
Yeah, I think Sunday always works out good.
That was funny. That was fun on Sunday.
Because people aren't doing too much on the weekends. Unless you're Trump supporters rolling around with each other's cousins.
I think maybe we're too mean today.
Yeah, though, I mean, I'll take responsibility for that part.
Well, and you have a call to return, so.
That's not happening.
What? You're not curious?
No, I'm not, because I've never had a conversation with the guy ever in my life.
That's so crazy.
Never exchanged.
There's so many weird things going through my head right now that it's weird.
I know what's happening.
I don't understand how weird that is.
I guarantee you I'm being used as a middleman.
No, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Too. Like, the weirdness.
Yeah, I'm not returning.
No, you should take it as a win. A win is a win.
Yeah, but like I'm scared. What if he's not trying to do that? What if he's trying to beat me up for no reason?
I know that could be. That's what I'm saying. Record the call.
Oh, but I'm not calling back.
Record the call. And report back. Because who knows? Like I could spend hours laughing on a call recording. I mean, it could be weird. It could not be. I mean, there's so many possibilities. That fascinates me. Like.
I'm like, don't even like shoot me a message first. Let me know what it's about.
Exes.
Let's not go too far into that.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, well, I mean,
it's weird.
Obviously on the phone.
Weird call to make. I would never have made that call. You could not pay me money, like you know what I mean. Same scenario, different people to make that call. Like there's no amount of money on earth that would make me dial that number.
But apparently we got the same name, which is kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah, we do actually.
Oh,
yeah, we do actually.
So weird. Oh
yeah, that is kind of very weird. The plot continues.
So weird.
I didn't know that though. I didn't know that though. That's kind of cool. Well,
Convenient.
Yeah, convenient. Two light
If
skinned.
only you guys knew what we're talking about. It would
Yeah.
be so amazing.
It's all right. We'll save that saga.
Oh my God, your life is like a telenovela.
Yeah,
I love it. I have no life, so I will live vicariously through you.
Yeah, well, Sunday might not be a good day to live
I
vicariously.
literally have no life, and I'm considering getting one. I might go on a dating app. You're on Bumble. Bumble's not safe for women. I can't be. You're a man, so it's a lot safer for you to be on dating apps.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
What's the safest dating app to be on where you won't be unalived?
I mean, I can't guarantee anything. I mean, I'm banned on Tinder anyway, so I wouldn't know.
I cannot go on a dating app. I'd rather probably just meet someone like at Target.
Oh wait, yeah. So, someone said Hinge. Yeah, guys. So I got banned on Tinder.
Oh no,
because
Hinge. These are people who think they're cool, though. I actually would rather date normal people. Hinge is for people like who believe they're somebody. That's almost more annoying. Like, you know what I mean? It's like for people who think they're important. No, I'd rather date a normal person who has nothing.
Someone said meet someone at the gym.
Oh God, this is why I don't go to gyms, because like I'm trying to run on the treadmill. Don't approach me while I'm sweating.
Yeah, guys. So how I got banned on Tinder, and like I've shared this time.
I'm just saying on Hinge, I feel like you have to have things and be important, and like I'm not about that. I just want a normal person. Like you don't have to have money. You don't have to be cool. You just have to like read books or something. You know, like that's it. Like just does your brain work? Can you think? That's it. That's the only requirement. Do you think about things?
Yeah, guys. So I got banned on Tinder because it was during election season. I found out that she voted for Trump. I let her have a piece of my mind. And
Nothing's wrong with meeting your boyfriend at the gym. I'm just saying, as a woman who's I'm trying to think about this the right way. Like, when I'm working out, like, I don't necessarily want to be hit on. That's all. But if you met a guy at the gym you liked, cool. Anywhere you can connect with other humans and it works out, I think that's great. It's just, when I go to gyms, I'm 5'9" 3/4", and I'm pretty fucking hot. Men like to talk to me, and it's like, I'm not here to talk to you. I'm running on a treadmill. Don't approach me right now. I'm sweating and I'm miserable.
I've never understood people hitting on women or just trying to at the gym in general out of all places.
But if you meet someone at the gym you like, that's awesome. It's like I feel like I'm not my best at the gym. I don't really want to be hit on there.
Every guy with red hair and sunglasses on Bumble in the DFW area are MAGA.
Bumble's a place where people, I'm trying to think, like, when I lived in New York when I worked in advertising, and like, it wasn't, was it Bumble or was it Plenty of Fish? There was like, wait, hold on. You don't even know what I'm about to say. Like, we used to work next to their offices in New York, and it was only demoed in New York, but like, you could go on like group dates. So you could get like 4 girls and then you could meet like a group of guys somewhere. That was the only time I did any sort of like dating on dating apps, was when I could do it in groups, because it was fun that way.
Do you remember the app? You probably don't, because it got taken down after a month. But do you remember that app called Rumbler?
No.
Yeah, so there was an app.
It's between Rumble and Tumblr.
Yeah, so the story
Sounds like
behind
a terrifying place.
Oh well, yeah, it is, because somebody went to the hospital in like chronic condition. Yeah, it was only released for like a month, but it was an app where and it made it to the App Store. I'm surprised, where you can meet up with people and fist fight. And there was this case in Chicago. Like I'm actually. It was all over TechCrunch and Bloomberg, and 2 people started fighting each other, and one of them got put in critical condition, so they had to like take the app down, all the apps. Yes, I mean that's crazy.
I guess I should have gotten that from the name. It's even worse than I could see that going terribly wrong. Didn't you just offer to fight someone and send them the address of a gym that you would meet them at?
Yeah. So I'm reading what it used to be on when it was listed. It said Rumbler is an app for recreational fighters to find, meet, and find
recreational fighters.
It says to find, meet, and fight other enthusiasts nearby. You don't need to fight to use Rumbler. Well, that clearly wasn't the case. Well, hey, their
I
website
love
still.
that. No, I might if girls did that. Okay, the best place I ever was. Once when I used to date people years ago. I haven't dated anyone for years, but when I dated this guy who was in chiropractic school. No, just listen to me, in Iowa, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna go out," and I was like, "Where?" And he's like, "Oh, you're gonna love it. I'm not joking you." And here's the best part, RTP Jay. When I once told this story, like when we were live together, and he's like, "I've been there," and I was like, "What?" No, look, he took me to this place. It was half of it was an octagon where people could sign up to fight each other. It was a giant. No, this is in Iowa, like in the backwoods of Iowa, like next to a cornfield. It was a giant tough shed. Half of it was an octagon where you could just put your name on a list and fight somebody, and then the other half was a strip club.
What the? Oh my gosh, Felice.
And it was awesome. And I will go back there before I die.
They still have this website of it all.
Did you find it? It's real. I was there. I almost fought someone in that place. I was like, I'm ready.
Wait, no, but no, it's
you're
like
talking about Rumbler?
Yeah, they still have the app, but literally the cover on it is like
Please, you should go live and fight someone on here.
No.
Oh my God, this is not fucking great. These are like bum. This is like bum fights.
It's literally got two people getting into a street fight on the. Oh shit, that's crazy. Homeboy said, "Oh my gosh,
The Tinder for fighting is what
it's got." Maddie Ice 67
Tinder
says,
for fighting.
"Bro, okay, the dialogue on the screen. It's like
I'm downloading it.
It says, bro, your face is pissing me off. Want to throw down?" He says, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna f you up. Cool. Meet me behind 5th Avenue Deli parking lot tonight at 9 p.m."
I could beat up everyone on this website.
That's insane.
I love how they have like fists where you can beat them on the
That's insane.
Coming soon to the App Store. Why can't I download this?
Because it got delisted.
Once this recession hits, either we're gonna be fighting people for money or we're gonna be sex workers. So you could just choose.
Homeboy was like,
I'll do a combination of both. I'm gonna humiliate men for money. If you would like me to belittle you for money, just message me. I'm excellent at it.
Homeboys, the interface is funny. It's like, you and Maddie Ice 67 both want to throw down. Start chatting to arrange a time and location, then broadcast the final fight details to go draw a crowd.
Can you imagine? This is actually great. And so many arrests are going to occur from this. When is this going live? The Tinder for fighting.
Their website's still on. It's just that they got delisted, so somebody must still pay to have the servers up. Because this made TechCrunch for that case in Chicago, where somebody got beat to a coma.
This is awesome. This is probably how that. This is awesome. I love Rumbler. It's my new dream. I can't wait.
Maybe you can make a safer version of the app.
Oh my God, where you just punch each other, but you have like pillows attached to your fist. Like, what? How was there a safer version of this? This is a terrible idea that's going to end in violence.
Well, yeah, it already ended. Somebody's still paying for the server because
I love the
because
people
this got
are these the only pictures that they have?
Yeah, so like this came out during C19.
Just some guy in basketball shorts that have fallen down below his ass crack.
Yeah, and what's crazy? What also happened at the same time? Do you remember the milk crate challenge?
Oh wait, no, what was that? I remember.
Okay, it was viral on TikTok, right?
Is
so
that
you had a pyramid.
Stack them up and you try to.
It's like a pyramid.
I did see that. God, that was so dumb. That was so dumb. God, that's dumb. That
Some
went
dude
on
ended up
for months too, and how many people did that? It's so dumb.
Well, yeah, there was this hospitalization that caused TikTok to like make a special flag. Like, if we see this, we're gonna take it down.
I'm gonna find that place in Iowa. Hold on, I'm gonna find that place. I'm gonna find that strip club. I'm gonna find that strip club octagon place because it does exist. I should text.
Yeah, I'm down.
Wait, hold on. I'll figure it out. It was near Palmer Chiropractic. I don't actually think chiropractic school isn't even science, but like, what do they call it? They call it the Quad Cities or whatever. That's where it is. Just to give anyone, if anyone's looking for, I'm sure it still exists. It was super popular.
Yeah, guys, I'm down to go throw down with the Rumbler app, guys. Match with me and let's go run some
Can you
days. Real quick.
imagine how you'd be so popular if you just met up and fought people and then live streamed it?
Yeah. I like how it says a broadcaster fight to draw a crowd. Oh shit!
I'm
All right, please,
going to find this place.
We're gonna wrap up in 3.
Yeah, let's do wrap up because I've got. Well,
Yeah.
now I'm confused if this is it or it's
What's the
place
name
I'm
of it?
talking about. No, I'm looking. The Pony Strip Club. I have to look at reviews. I'll find it. Davenport. Yeah, it's Davenport, Iowa.
See where? Oh yeah, guys, you guys talking about Ray Ray. So the story behind this guy is that I saw a video saying that he would take on any liberal creator
That's
in like
what
a
I was
fist fight.
talking about.
So like, okay, cool. So I put the address of the fighting gym I go to a lot. This is Paradigm Fighting Gym. Obviously, put the exact address. I said, let me know. Go rent some octagon space. Then he goes around telling people, oh, you don't have 100,000. You can't fight me anyway. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, don't say you'll fight any liberal creator if you don't want the smoke. But yeah, he doesn't want to fight people that are probably bigger than he is, understandably. Oh, knock his teeth straight.
Wait, did he ever answer you when you said to him that?
Yeah. He told me I didn't have 100,000 followers. I'm like, okay, well, you said any. You never specified.
That's stupid. That's just an excuse.
Apparently, him and
How
Good
many
Trouble.
followers? How does he have 100,000 followers? Like he has 100,000 followers.
Yeah. Apparently, him and Good Trouble are gonna fight though.
Like physically?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They both did a call out video for
He's
each other.
a professional cyclist, so I mean, it depends on how big the other guy is. But I mean, he is a big. Good Trouble was
he's
a
jacked.
I was good. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, he's a professional cyclist. If you know anything about doing that, like, you have to be in pretty good shape.
Well, so he took his shirt off in his call out video on the dude. I didn't know he was that massive. Bro's built like a freaking tank.
To be a professional cyclist, you have to have no body fat, all muscle, and like have. I mean, yeah, it's pretty serious.
Yeah.
So good luck to that embarrassing MAGA guy who's
Apparently he's my height too, and I'm not very tall.
Yap it, not scrap it, or what was that video called?
Yeah.
Yap it, not scrap it, or something. Oh my god, let's start doing that, and I'll fight MAGA women, and that's not gonna be fair.
I haven't seen any of them that look like they can fist fight. I'm just being honest.
I'm 5'9" and 3/4", but I was a Division I volleyball player because I have a freakishly long reach. Like, my arms are the wingspan of like a 6'3" person, so I do not suggest fighting me. You won't even get close to me before you'll be unconscious.
Let's see. I missed a lot of YouTube comments. Let's see. Democrats were the party of slavery. There's the party of Jim Crow. Iraq and Vietnam were never a war, but we still went to war. Accurate. Northwestern Mutual is a scam, but Trump in the Middle East isn't. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
What are you reading?
No, I'm just reading my YouTube comments. Trump will destroy Earth. Head to Mars immediately. All right. Let's do this on Sunday, shall we?
Yes, for sure. Let's lock that in. We will do this again on Sunday. Love you. Get some sleep. You're probably dehydrated.
Yeah, don't worry.
Electrolytes.
I'm going to. See
Okay,
you.
love you. See
Love
you
you.
later. Bye.
Ooh, almost forgot his arms, you guys. Pokey Rich, welcome in. How's it going? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, pow. Great song actually for Hitmonchan. Boom, boom, pow. Got you jacking my style. Got you feeling my swagger. Got me 8 now. You're so 2008. You're so 2000 and late. You got that boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you scream boom, boom, boom. What do you think so far, Sarah? What's your professional opinion? I do Hitmonlee next. You know, because he's part of the set. Looks good? Thank you. I gotta fix the arm a little bit. That won't be too bad. I figured you'd like Hitmonchan. He's actually got some good purple on him. His outfit's purple. David, welcome in. How are you? David Solowski. Solowski? David Solowski? Welcome in. Just drawing Hitmonchan right now. Pokey Rich, what's up? Checking the queue, you guys, and we are sitting at we are in open queue still with a flash sale. There's a flash sale going on for $151.